Jeff Astle was a football hero, known for his powerful headers and goal-scoring ability, but did his greatest skill ultimately lead to his untimely death? It's a shocking question, but the answer lies in the medical condition he developed after years of heading footballs. Astle's tragic story reveals how brain encephalopathy, caused by repetitive head trauma, choked him to death. Stick around as we uncover the startling facts behind Astle's tragic demise. Jeff Astle was born on May 13, 1942, in Eastwood, Nottinghamshire, a small town in England. He was the youngest of 6 children in a loving and tight-knit family. His father, Thomas, worked as a coal miner, and his mother, Hilda, took care of the home and children. Growing up in a working-class neighbourhood, Jeff learned the values of hard work and teamwork from an early age. Football was a big part of Jeff's childhood. He spent most of his free time playing football with his friends in the streets and on the local fields. His family noticed that he had a natural talent for the sport. Even as a child, Jeff was competitive and always wanted to win. His older brothers often joined in the games, and they were his first coaches, teaching him the basics of football. Despite growing up with modest means, Jeff's family supported his passion for football. They encouraged him to pursue his dreams and provided the guidance he needed to develop his skills. As he grew older, Jeff's talent became more evident, and he started playing for local youth teams. These early experiences laid the foundation for his successful football career. Jeff Astle's football career began with his local team Notts County, where he joined as a teenager. Growing up in Eastwood, Nottinghamshire, Jeff showed a natural talent for the sport. He quickly moved up through the youth ranks and soon made his debut for Notts County's senior team. At just 17 years old, he was playing professional football, a dream come true for any young player. His time at Notts County was the stepping stone that led him to greater heights. In 1964, West Bromwich Albion, a top-tier team in the English First Division, noticed Jeff's potential and signed him. This was a significant move, as it meant he was now playing at the highest level of English football. Jeff was thrilled by the opportunity and eager to prove himself on a bigger stage. Jeff Astle was a football player who became a legend for his skill and goal-scoring ability. He had many achievements throughout his career, both with his club team West Bromwich Albion and as a representative for the England national team. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of his career. One of Jeff Astle's biggest achievements came in 1968 when he helped West Bromwich Albion win the FA Cup. The FA Cup is one of England's most prestigious football tournaments, and winning it is a huge honour. In the final match, West Bromwich Albion played against Everton, and the game went into extra time. Jeff scored the only goal of the match, leading his team to victory. This goal made him a hero among West Bromwich Albion fans, and they called him the King. Jeff was known for his goal-scoring ability, especially with his head. During his time with West Bromwich Albion, he scored more than 170 goals in over 350 appearances. This made him one of the club's top goal scorers in history. His powerful headers and precise finishing helped his team win many matches. Fans loved watching him play because he always seemed to find a way to score, no matter how tough the game was. His talent was recognised at the national level too. In 1969, he was called up to play for the England national team. Although his international career was brief, he made an impact during his 5 appearances for England. He scored twice for the national team, proving that he could compete at the highest level of football. Jeff's achievements with West Bromwich Albion made him a legend at the club. His performances on the field, combined with his friendly and approachable personality, endeared him to the fans. Even after he retired, he remained a beloved figure in the football community. In 1966, Jeff married Lorraine, the love of his life, and they had 3 children, Claire, Dawn, and Paul. He was a devoted husband and father who always made time for his family despite his busy football career. Jeff was known for his sense of humour and easygoing nature, and he was well liked by his friends and teammates. Jeff's football career came to an end in 1974. After a decade at West Bromwich Albion, he moved to Hellenic, a South African football club. However, he didn't stay there for long, and after just 1 season, he decided to retire from professional football. The physical demands of the game had taken their toll, and Jeff knew it was time to hang up his boots. After retiring from professional football in 1974, Jeff Astle settled in Burton-upon-Trent with his wife Lorraine and their 3 children. Leaving the football field was a big change for him. He had spent most of his life playing football and suddenly had to find new things to do. Jeff tried different jobs to support his family, including running a window cleaning business. He also worked in other small businesses over the years. Despite retiring, Jeff stayed connected to football. He often made appearances at West Bromwich Albion events and charity matches where fans were always happy to see him. Jeff had a warm and friendly personality, which made him a favourite among supporters. He would often share stories from his playing days and sign autographs for fans. However, as Jeff got older, he started to experience health problems, and this legendary English football player died tragically on January 19, 2002, at the age of 59. His death shook the football community, as he was a beloved figure known for his impressive career at West Bromwich Albion, WBA, and his powerful headers. The official cause of Jeff Assel's death was chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a brain condition linked to repetitive head injuries. Assel was famous for his skill in heading the football, which, at the time, involved heavy leather balls. This repeated head trauma, often unnoticed during his playing career, led to severe damage in his brain over the years. He began to suffer from memory loss, mood swings, and other neurological issues, which worsened until his death in 2002. This injury had been previously only related to the professional boxers and ring fighters. Nobody had the slightest idea ever that heading the football, playing for the England soccer team, would end him up with such a chronic, debilitating disease. Jeff Assel's death marked a turning point in the way people viewed head injuries in football. Before his death, there was little discussion about the risks of heading the ball. The findings of the autopsy that revealed CTE drew attention to the serious consequences that professional footballers could face later in life. Let's take a moment and remind you that for more soccer content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are brewing fresh content for you every day. Stay tuned, soccer fans. After Jeff Assel's death, rumours began to circulate about the potential dangers of heading footballs. Some people speculated that the football industry had ignored the risks for too long, and Assel's tragic end was a wake-up call. The public began to question if enough was being done to protect players from head injuries, and whether the use of heavier footballs had contributed to his condition. Jeff Assel's legacy lives on in the hearts of football fans. He is remembered not only for his incredible goal-scoring ability, but also for his infectious personality and love for the game. His tragic death sparked a conversation about player safety, leading to increased scrutiny of the risks associated with heading footballs. Assel's family didn't want his death to be in vain. In his memory, they established the Jeff Assel Foundation, which focuses on raising awareness about CTE and supporting families affected by brain injuries. The foundation works to educate football players, coaches, and the public about the risks of head injuries and advocates for safer playing conditions. It also helps families who are dealing with the impact of brain injuries. Jeff Assel's legacy has made a lasting impact on football. Because of him, people are more aware of the dangers of head injuries, and there's a greater emphasis on player safety. His story has inspired changes in training and game regulations to protect players from harm. The discussions he sparked are leading to a safer future for football players, ensuring that they can enjoy the game without risking their long-term health. Jeff Assel will always be remembered as a football hero, but his legacy extends far beyond his achievements on the pitch. He has become a symbol of the need for change, a reminder that player safety should always come first. Through his story and the work of the Jeff Assel Foundation, his memory continues to inspire positive change in the world of football. Jeff Assel's story is one of triumph and tragedy, but it is also a reminder of the passion and dedication that define the world of football. He will forever be remembered as a true football legend and a beloved figure in the sport's history. Join our journey through the career of Bob Paisley, an icon whose name resonates deeply within the history of Liverpool FC and English football. From humble beginnings in Hetton-le-Hoe, County Durham, to ascending the ranks as one of the most triumphant managers in the sport, today we bring you the remarkable life and sad ending of Bob Paisley. Born into a working-class family on January 23, 1919, Paisley grew up in a close-knit community where coal was king and football was religion. His father, Sam, toiled as a miner, While his mother, Emily, managed the household with love and resilience, Bob was one of 4 sons, raised with the values of hard work, determination, and solidarity. Life in the town Hetton-le-Hole was far from easy. From the very day of his birth, Paisley was surrounded by the struggles of working-class families. In 1919, as he entered the world, 150,000 miners across the nation went on strike for a shorter working week. The spectre of poverty loomed large, forcing families like the Paisleys to rely on soup kitchens and make do with meagre resources. Despite the hardships, Paisley's love for football burned brightly from a young age. He excelled on the pitch, helping his school team secure an impressive array of trophies. Yet his dreams of playing for Sunderland, his local club, were dashed when he was deemed too small by their scouts. Undeterred, Paisley continued to pursue his passion, joining Hetton Football Club before eventually signing for Bishop Auckland in 1937. But football was not the only challenge Paisley faced in his youth. At the age of 14, he began working alongside his father in the coal mines, enduring the grueling conditions that defined life underground. Tragedy struck when his father suffered an underground accident, leaving him unable to work for 5 years. Despite the disruptions of World War II, Paisley's determination remained steadfast. From his fledgling days with Bishop Auckland to his service during the war, every challenge he faced only fueled his desire to succeed. It was in 1939 that fate intervened, leading him to Liverpool FC, where he would carve his name into the annals of footballing greatness. As Paisley transitioned from player to various roles within the club, his dedication and tireless work ethic became the bedrock of his success. When the mantle of managerial responsibility was thrust upon him following Bill Shankly's departure, Paisley rose to the occasion, defying all expectations and guiding Liverpool to unprecedented heights. Amidst the backdrop of post-war reconstruction, Bob Paisley emerged as a stalwart presence in the red of Liverpool, leaving an indelible mark on the club's illustrious history. Following the cessation of hostilities, Paisley made his official debut for Liverpool on January 5, 1946, in an FA Cup clash against Chester. It was the dawn of a new era for the club, and Paisley wasted no time in showcasing his talent, helping Liverpool secure a 2-0 victory. His league debut came in spectacular fashion, with Liverpool triumphing over Chelsea in a thrilling 7-4 encounter at Anfield on September 7, 1946. Paisley's commanding presence on the pitch quickly endeared him to the Anfield faithful, laying the foundation for a distinguished playing career. In the 1946-47 season, Paisley played a pivotal role in Liverpool's triumph, helping the club clinch their first league title in 24 years. His consistent performances and unwavering determination propelled Liverpool to the pinnacle of English football, cementing his status as a key figure in the team's success. Over the subsequent seasons, Paisley remained a mainstay in the Liverpool lineup, demonstrating his versatility and leadership both on and off the pitch. Despite experiencing highs and lows, including being dropped for the FA Cup final against Arsenal in 1950, Paisley's dedication never let him down to chase his dreams. Retiring from playing in 1954, Bob Paisley seamlessly transitioned into the coaching business, joining Liverpool's backroom staff as a self-taught physiotherapist. Renowned for his diagnostic acumen and intuitive understanding of player injuries, Paisley quickly became an indispensable asset to the club. His knowledge for identifying injuries merely by observation underscored his natural talent. Paisley's coaching journey at Liverpool saw him ascend through the ranks, from reserve team coach to first-team trainer, before assuming the role of assistant to newly appointed manager Bill Shankly in 1959. The arrival of Shankly marked a turning point in Liverpool's fortunes, with Paisley forming an inseparable partnership with the charismatic Scotsman. Together, they revolutionized the club's training methods and instilled a culture of teamwork and camaraderie. At the heart of Liverpool's success under Shankly was their innovative training strategy, influenced by Paisley's expertise as a trained physiotherapist. Recognizing the importance of allowing players to cool down after training, Paisley advocated for a post-training routine that prioritized player well-being and minimized the risk of injuries. This meticulous approach to training proved instrumental in Liverpool's astonishing lack of injuries over many seasons, laying the groundwork for sustained success on the pitch. As Shankly's trusted confidant and tactical mastermind, Paisley played a pivotal role in Liverpool's rise to prominence in the 1960s and beyond. Under their stewardship, Liverpool clinched 3 First Division League titles, 1 Second Division title, 2 FA Cups, and 1 UEFA Cup, establishing themselves as a dominant force in English football. Following Shankly's unexpected retirement in 1974, Paisley reluctantly assumed the role of manager, tasked with maintaining the club's trajectory of success. Despite initial reservations, Paisley proved to be a revelation, guiding Liverpool to unprecedented heights over the next 9 years. During his tenure as manager, Paisley oversaw a period of unparalleled success, winning 6 league championships, 3 European Cups, 1 UEFA Cup, and 3 League Cups. His meticulous attention to detail, tactical acumen, and man management skills propelled Liverpool to the summit of English and European football, solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest managers in the sport's history. In 1977, Liverpool clinched their maiden European Cup with a memorable victory over Borussia Mönchengladbach in the final held at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Goals from Terry McDermott and Tommy Smith sealed a historic 3-1 victory, marking Liverpool's ascension to the top of European football. Paisley's European Cup success didn't stop there. In 1978, Liverpool returned to the final stage, this time overcoming Club Brugge in a hard-fought encounter at Wembley Stadium. Kenny Dalglish's decisive goal secured a 1-0 victory, propelling Liverpool to their 2nd consecutive European triumph and solidifying their status as continental giants. The crowning moment came in 1981, as Liverpool once again reached the pinnacle of European football by defeating Real Madrid in the final held at the Parc des Princes in Paris. A resilient Liverpool side, led by Paisley's tactical nous, emerged victorious with a 1-0 win, courtesy of Alan Kennedy's dramatic late goal. This historic victory secured Liverpool's 3rd European Cup under Paisley's guidance, further cementing their legacy as one of the preeminent clubs in Europe. Liverpool's dominance in the English top flight was exemplified by their 6 league championships under Paisley's stewardship. From 1975 to 1983, Liverpool asserted their supremacy in the First Division, with Paisley masterminding their relentless pursuit of silverware. The FA Cup also featured prominently in Liverpool's trophy-laden era, with Paisley guiding the club to triumph in the prestigious competition on 3 occasions. Memorable victories, such as the 1986 final triumph over Merseyside rivals Everton, showcased Liverpool's indomitable spirit and Paisley's tactical genius. Paisley's tenure at Liverpool was also marked by success in the League Cup, with Liverpool emerging as dominant forces in the competition during his reign. Victories in the League Cup finals of 1981, 1982, and 1983 epitomised Liverpool's domestic dominance under Paisley, as they consistently showcased their ability to deliver on the big stage. Paisley's enduring influence and remarkable achievements continue to be celebrated by Liverpool supporters, epitomising the club's ethos of excellence and dedication to success. His unparalleled record of 20 major honours and enduring legacy make him a revered figure in the annals of football history. After an illustrious career spanning 44 years at Liverpool Football Club, Bob Paisley made the decision to retire from his managerial role at the end of the 1982-83 season. His departure marked the end of an era, as Paisley had played a pivotal role in shaping Liverpool's success and identity over the years. Paisley passed the managerial baton to Joe Fagan, another Liverpool stalwart, who would go on to lead the club to further glory, including their 4th European Cup triumph. Despite stepping away from the managerial spotlight, Paisley remained deeply connected to Liverpool Football Club. He continued to offer his expertise and guidance, serving informally as a consultant and advisor to Kenny Dalglish, who took on the dual role of player manager in 1985. Paisley's wealth of experience and strategic insights proved invaluable during this transitional period for the club. In recognition of his immense contributions to Liverpool FC, Paisley was appointed as a club director, allowing him to maintain an active role within the organisation and contribute to its continued success. Even after his formal retirement, Paisley's impact extended beyond the confines of Anfield. In early 1986, at the age of 66, he was approached by the Football Association of Ireland for the position of manager of the Ireland football team. While Paisley was considered for the role, ultimately, Jack Charlton was selected as the candidate to lead the national team. Bob Paisley's life off the pitch was characterised by love, family, and a deep-rooted connection to his community. In 1946, Paisley married Jessie, a schoolteacher from Liverpool. with whom he shared a lifelong partnership filled with love and support. Together, they raised two sons, Robert Jr. and Graham, as well as a daughter named Christine. Jesse played an integral role in Bob's life, providing him with unwavering support throughout his illustrious career. Tragically, Paisley's later years were marred by health challenges. In early 1992, he retired from his role as a director at Liverpool Football Club due to declining health, having been diagnosed with the early stages of Alzheimer's disease. The onset of the disease became evident in his early 70s when he struggled to remember his way home from Anfield, an important reminder of the toll his lifelong dedication to football had taken on him. Bob Paisley passed away on February 14, 1996, at the age of 77, several weeks after moving into a nursing home in Merseyside. His death marked the end of an era for Liverpool FC and left a void in the hearts of football fans worldwide. Paisley was laid to rest in the churchyard of St. Peter's Church in Woolton, Liverpool, a place that held significance to him throughout his life. His legacy, however, lives on in the hearts of those who knew and admired him. In February 2012, Jessie Paisley, Bob's devoted wife, passed away at the age of 96. Her presence had been a source of strength and support for Bob throughout their 50 years of marriage, and her passing marked the end of an era for the Paisley family. Bob Paisley's enduring impact on Liverpool FC and the footballing world as a whole continues to be celebrated and remembered, serving as a testament to his remarkable legacy both on and off the pitch. Dive into Tony Dunne's life, a hidden gem of Manchester United, who made his mark with solid defence and a calm spirit. Follow his journey from simple starts to European football fame. But there's more to his story. Off the field, he faced a tough battle with dementia, casting a shadow over his later years. Learn about Tony Dunne, the dependable defender who faced big challenges after his celebrated sports career. Tony Dunne was born on July 24, 1939, in Dublin, Ireland. In the lively streets of Dublin, football was a popular activity, and Tony quickly developed a love for the game. His family, although not rich, saw his potential and supported his dream of playing football. Tony often played football with friends in local parks, where he stood out for his skill. He started his football journey with local youth teams, impressing everyone with his abilities. His talent was clear from a young age, and he was known for his dedication to improving his game. In these early days, Tony's skill on the ball and his determination to succeed laid the foundation for his future in professional football. Tony Dunne's initial steps in football began at the local level in Dublin, playing for the junior club Stella Maris, a well-known team in the area for nurturing young talents. His time at Stella Maris was crucial, as it provided him with a platform to develop his skills and showcase his potential in competitive matches. His standout performances in defence, characterised by strong tackling, good positioning, and an ability to read the game, made him a key player for the team. Despite his clear talent, Dunne faced the challenges many young players encounter, like the need to prove himself at higher levels and the uncertainty of securing a professional contract. However, his dedication and performances didn't go unnoticed for long. Dunne's big opportunity came when Shelbourne, one of the senior clubs in the League of Ireland, signed him. Playing at Shelbourne allowed Dunne to compete at a higher level and against more seasoned players, which further sharpened his abilities and prepared him for the demands of professional football. His consistent and impressive displays for Shelbourne were what eventually led to Manchester United scouting and signing him in 1960. This move marked the beginning of Dunne's professional career at an international level, transitioning from the local Irish leagues to the English First Division and setting the stage for his successful tenure at Manchester United. Under the mentorship of the legendary manager Matt Busby, Dunne started his journey in English football. Busby, known for his ability to nurture young talents and build teams with a blend of youth and experience, played a significant role in Dunne's development as a player. Initially, Dunne had to adapt to the higher pace and physicality of English football compared to what he was used to in Ireland. His early days at Manchester United involved learning from seasoned professionals and gradually integrating into the first team. Dunne's natural defensive abilities, combined with his determination to improve and adapt, helped him make a strong impression. Over time, Dunne evolved from a promising young talent into a mainstay in Manchester United's defence. His consistent performances, reliability, and tactical intelligence on the field earned him a regular spot in the starting lineup. Dunne's ability to read the game, coupled with his speed and tackling skills, made him an integral part of the team's defensive setup. As he gained experience and confidence, Dunne's contributions to the team became increasingly significant. His role in Manchester United's defence was pivotal in helping the club achieve success both domestically and in European competitions, cementing his status as a key player in one of the most successful periods in the club's history. Tony Dunne's rise at Manchester United showcased his defensive skill, making him pivotal in the team's success, particularly during the 1968 European Cup. His consistent ability to neutralise top European strikers was crucial in United's journey to the final. His performances were not just about defence. Dunne also had a talent for initiating attacks, highlighting his versatility and strategic insight. During key matches, especially in high-stakes games, Dunne's composure and tactical knowledge were invaluable. He played a significant role in Manchester United's league campaigns, contributing to their defensive strength and helping to secure vital wins. This reliability and performance under pressure endeared him to fans and made him a trusted figure in the squad. The pinnacle of Dunne's career came in the 1968 European Cup, where his defensive mastery was on full display. Throughout the tournament, he was instrumental in United's progress, facing and outplaying some of the best forwards in Europe. His exemplary performance in the final against Benfica, held at Wembley Stadium, was a testament to his ability to perform on the biggest stage. Tasked with containing Benfica's star players like Eusebio, Dunne excelled, combining disciplined defence with strategic play to help secure a 4-1 victory and the European Cup for Manchester United. Dunne's influence in the final wasn't just defensive, he also supported the team's offensive efforts, showing his comprehensive skills as a footballer. His crucial role in one of Manchester United's most iconic triumphs established him not only as a key player for the club, but also as a celebrated figure in football history. This historic victory, with Dunne's significant contributions, cemented his legacy as an integral member of a legendary team and marked a high point in his football career. Tony Dunne, throughout his illustrious career with Manchester United, made an impressive 535 appearances for the club. This significant number of games places him among the players with the highest appearances for United, underscoring his importance and consistent performance for the team over the years. In addition to playing a key role in Manchester United's 1968 European Cup victory, Dunne was crucial in the team's success in domestic competitions, helping to secure the FA Charity Shield in 1965 and 1967. His consistent defensive skills and ability to contribute to the team's success were evident throughout his tenure at the club. His individual achievements were also recognised when he was inducted into the Manchester United Hall of Fame, celebrating his contributions to the club's storied history and acknowledging his lasting legacy in the world of football. Dunne's time at Manchester United, marked by significant team achievements and personal accolades, reflects a career filled with success, dedication, and a high standard of football excellence. Tony Dunne, like many professional athletes, faced several challenges and adversities throughout his career. Transitioning from the Irish League to the competitive and demanding environment of English football at Manchester United was one of his initial hurdles. Adapting to the faster pace, higher physicality, and tactical nuances of the game at this level required significant effort and determination. Dunne also had to compete for his place in a team filled with talented players, proving his worth to secure a regular starting position. His journey wasn't just about showcasing his defensive abilities, but also about demonstrating his resilience and ability to cope with the pressures of playing for one of the world's most prestigious football clubs. Throughout his career, Dunne faced the typical ups and downs of professional sports, including form slumps and the constant challenge of meeting high expectations. Despite these obstacles, he maintained a high level of performance, which is a testament to his mental toughness and commitment to his profession. Tony Dunne's life after his active playing career saw him venturing into the realms of coaching and football management, applying the insights he gained as a professional player. He took on roles that enabled him to guide and develop emerging talents, contributing to the football world even off the pitch. Dunne's enduring legacy in football is multifaceted. Beyond his memorable matches and significant trophies with Manchester United, he is remembered for his sportsmanship, leadership, and the way he embodied the spirit of the game. After retiring, Dunne remained connected to the football community, often attending events and participating in activities related to Manchester United. showcasing his lasting bond with the club and its supporters. Tony Dunne's life outside of football was characterised by his devotion to his family and his interests beyond the pitch. After retiring from professional football, Dunne settled into a quieter life, focusing on his personal well-being and spending time with his loved ones. Family was a significant part of Dunne's life. He was known to be a dedicated family man, cherishing the time spent with his wife, children and grandchildren. His role as a husband and father was central to his identity, with his family providing him with support and grounding throughout his life, especially during his transition from professional sports to retirement. In retirement, Dunne enjoyed engaging in various activities that reflected his interests and personality. He was passionate about golf, often spending time on the golf course, where he found relaxation and a competitive outlet. His love for the sport was evident in the way he played, bringing the same dedication and focus to golf that he once applied to football. Beyond sports, Dunne was known for his humble and down-to-earth nature. Despite his fame and success on the football field, he remained approachable and genuine, qualities that endeared him to many. His life outside of the limelight was marked by simplicity and a focus on the things that mattered most to him: family, friendship, and personal passions. Tony Dunne's later years were marked by his struggle with dementia, a condition that profoundly affected him and his family. This battle with dementia, particularly in his final years, brought significant challenges, not only to Dunne himself, but also to those close to him who cared for him and witnessed his decline. Dunne's experience with dementia has broader implications, shedding light on the health risks associated with football, especially concerning head injuries and repeated heading of the ball. His condition contributed to the ongoing discussion and research into the link between contact sports and neurological diseases, including dementia and chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE. The impact of Dunne's health battle extends into the realm of advocacy, with increasing calls for more research, better player protection, and comprehensive support systems for retired athletes. His story, along with those of other former footballers facing similar health issues, emphasizes the need for the football community to address these health risks seriously and to advocate for improved understanding and prevention of sports-related neurological conditions. Tony Dunne's legacy in football, characterised by his prowess on the field and his quality as a person, earns him a special place in Manchester United's history and the broader football world. His career at United highlighted his influence and key role in the team's successes. Off the field, his battle with dementia has drawn attention to health concerns for retired athletes, contributing to the conversation on sports and well-being. Dunne's life reflects a blend of footballing excellence and personal integrity, leaving an enduring impact on the sport and its community. Join us as we explore the life of Bobby Moore, a true legend in the world of football. Moore was much more than just a great player. He was a hero both on and off the field. His story is about more than just football. It's about a man who faced tough challenges, including a brave fight against cancer, with the same strength he showed in matches. His life is a mix of amazing successes and the kind of bravery that inspires us all. Get ready to discover the story of Bobby Moore, not just a football star but a source of inspiration for many. His legacy goes beyond football and continues to touch people's lives. Bobby Moore was born on April 12, 1941, in Barking, Essex. Growing up in a post-war England, Moore's early life was rooted in a typical working-class family, where values of hard work and resilience were ingrained from a young age. He attended Westbury Primary School and later Tom Hood School in Leytonstone, where his football journey began. Playing football for his school teams, Moore's talent was evident early on. His formative years were not just about developing skills on the pitch. They were also about building the character and leadership qualities that would later define him. The simplicity and challenges of his upbringing played a significant role in shaping his approach to life and football. Moore's early experiences laid the foundation for his future, both as a player and as a person, steering him towards a path that would see him become one of the most revered figures in the history of English football. Moore made his first big step into professional football in 1958. This transition was a critical moment for him, marking the start of a new journey in the higher ranks of the sport. At West Ham, Moore began to develop and refine his skills as a defender, gradually becoming an integral part of the team. His early time with the club was about learning, growing, and showcasing his potential on a larger stage. These formative years at West Ham saw him evolve from a promising young player into a footballer of noteworthy skill and character. As Bobby Moore's career progressed at West Ham United, his ascent to prominence was marked by standout matches and commendable performances. Moore's natural leadership abilities began to surface, and he quickly became a pivotal figure in the team. His understanding of the game, combined with his calm and strategic approach to defence, set him apart on the pitch. Key matches during this time not only showcased his growing skills, but also his ability to inspire and lead his teammates. Moore's evolution into a team leader was not just about his actions during the games, it was also about his influence in the dressing room and his ability to motivate those around him. This period in his career was crucial as it shaped him into the iconic leader that would later captain England to World Cup victory. His rise at West Ham laid the foundation for his legendary status in football, proving that true leadership is about both performance and presence. The 1966 World Cup stands as a defining moment in Bobby Moore's career, elevating him to the status of a national hero. As the captain of the England team, Moore's leadership was crucial in leading the squad to their historic victory, marking the nation's first and only World Cup triumph. His outstanding performance throughout the tournament, coupled with his strategic acumen and inspirational leadership, was central to England's success. One iconic moment from this tournament that encapsulates Moore's impact was in the final against West Germany. Moore's composure and tactical prowess were on full display, especially in his precise pass to Geoff Hurst, leading to a crucial goal in the final moments of the game. This assist was a testament to Moore's vision and understanding of the game, making a pivotal contribution at a critical juncture. The victory in the World Cup was more than just a sporting achievement. It symbolised a historic moment for English football and underscored Moore's extraordinary qualities as a captain and player. His role in the 1966 World Cup immortalised him in football history and solidified his status as one of the sport's greatest leaders and icons. Throughout his illustrious career, Bobby Moore accumulated a series of pinnacle moments and major achievements that extended beyond the 1966 World Cup victory. At the club level with West Ham United, Moore's excellence as a central defender was integral to the team's successes. He played a vital role in leading West Ham to win the FA Cup in 1964 and the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1965. These victories were significant milestones in the club's history and highlighted Moore's influence and skill as a key player. Internationally, aside from the World Cup triumph, Moore earned 108 caps for England, a record at the time of his retirement in 1973. His international career was marked by consistent performances that earned him recognition as one of the finest defenders of his era. Moore's football journey was adorned with personal accolades as well, including being named FWA Footballer of the Year in 1964 and receiving an OBE in 1967 for his services to football. These achievements at both the club and international levels reflect the breadth and depth of Moore's impact on the sport, solidifying his legacy as a football great. Bobby Moore's journey was not without its share of challenges and adversity, both in his career and personal life. One of the most significant battles he faced was his fight against testicular cancer, diagnosed in 1964. This diagnosis came at a pivotal time in his career, but Moore demonstrated immense resilience and strength, overcoming the disease to lead England to World Cup victory just 2 years later. In addition to his health struggles, Moore also encountered legal issues. In 1970, he was falsely accused of stealing a bracelet while in Colombia for the World Cup. Although the charges were dropped, this incident was a stressful ordeal for Moore, casting a shadow over his otherwise shining career. Bobby Moore's remarkable career was adorned with numerous recognitions and awards that celebrated his contributions to football. One of the most notable was being named the FWA, Football Writers Association, Footballer of the Year in 1964, an accolade that recognized his outstanding performances and leadership on the field. This award was a testament to his skill, dedication, and impact in the sport. Further cementing his legacy, Moore was posthumously inducted into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2002, an honour that acknowledged his enduring influence and status as one of the game's greatest players. This induction was not just a recognition of his achievements on the pitch, but also a tribute to his character and the indelible mark he left on English football. Another significant moment came with his decision to play in the North American Soccer League, NASL. This move abroad saw Moore playing for teams like San Antonio Thunder and Seattle Sounders, showcasing his talent on an international stage and embracing a different football culture. Moore's retirement from professional football marked the end of an era. His departure from the sport was not just a loss for the teams he played for, but also for the football world, which had come to admire his skill and sportsmanship over the years. These life-changing moments, from key transfers to his eventual retirement, were integral to the narrative of Moore's life, each representing a new phase and set of challenges in his remarkable journey. After hanging up his boots, Bobby Moore continued to be a significant figure in the world of football. His post-playing career was marked by various roles that allowed him to stay connected to the sport he loved. Moore ventured into football management, albeit briefly, with roles at Oxford City and Southend United. These stints as a manager showcased his enduring passion for the game and his desire to impart his knowledge and experience to the next generation of footballers. Beyond management, Moore also became an ambassador for football, using his status and influence to promote the sport. His involvement in charity work, particularly related to cancer awareness, highlighted his commitment to using his profile for positive causes. Moore's legacy in football remained strong, with his contributions to the sport being recognised and celebrated long after his retirement. Moore's post-career activities reflect a life dedicated to football, not just as a player, but also as a mentor, ambassador and advocate. His continued influence in the sport, coupled with his charitable endeavours, added depth to his legacy, affirming his status as a true icon of the game. Away from the football pitch, Bobby Moore's personal life was rich and multifaceted. He married Tina Dean in 1960 after 4 years of dating, and the couple had 2 children together, daughter Roberta, born in 1965, and son Dean, born in 1968. His family life played a significant role in grounding him amidst his bustling football career. However, like many public figures, Moore faced his share of personal challenges. After 25 years of marriage, he and Tina separated, a period that marked a difficult chapter in his life. Moore's interests extended beyond football. He had a passion for cricket, a sport he played in his youth. This interest in other sports demonstrated his love for athleticism and competition in various forms. In his later years, Moore's personal life saw changes, including his marriage to Stephanie Parlane in 1991, with whom he shared the later years of his life. Moore's personal journey, with its joys and challenges, mirrored the life of many, marked by moments of happiness, trials and changes, adding a relatable and human aspect to the legendary footballer's story. Bobby Moore's life was significantly impacted by his health battles, particularly his fight against cancer. As we said before, the first time he was diagnosed with testicular cancer back in 1964, at the peak of his football career. Demonstrating remarkable resilience, Moore not only overcame this challenge, but also continued to lead England to their historic World Cup victory in 1966. Years later, Moore faced another daunting health challenge. In 1991, he underwent surgery for suspected colon cancer, and in 1993, he publicly announced that he was suffering from bowel and liver cancer. During this difficult period, Moore used his prominent status to raise awareness about the disease, advocating for cancer research and early detection. His openness about his condition brought attention to the importance of cancer awareness and the need for research, making him a figure of inspiration beyond football. Tragically, Moore's battle with cancer ended on February 24, 1993, when he passed away at the age of 51. His death was a profound loss, not just to the football community but also to the many people he had inspired with his fight against the disease. In his passing, Moore left behind a legacy as a champion for cancer awareness and a role model for resilience in the face of life's toughest challenges. Bobby Moore's legacy is about more than just the trophies he won. He is remembered as the captain who led England to win the World Cup, which is a huge part of English football history. But Moore's story goes beyond football. He fought cancer bravely and worked to help others understand the disease better. People remember him not just as a football star, but as someone who showed great courage and kindness. His influence is seen in the players who follow in his footsteps, trying to be great leaders like him. Moore's life and work in football and his fight for health awareness make him a hero to many, both in sports and in life. His story continues to inspire people everywhere. Discover the captivating story of Billy Wright, a football legend whose journey from Iron Bridge to international fame defined an era. Wright's legacy at Wolverhampton Wanderers and England is legendary. Beyond his on-field brilliance, delve into his life's challenges, including his battle with cancer, leading to his untimely death. Join us in exploring the life and legacy of Billy Wright, a true icon whose impact on football remains unmatched. Billy Wright was born in Iron Bridge, Shropshire, where the iconic bridge and industrial heritage shaped the backdrop of his early life. In this serene setting, he first touched a football, sparking a passion that would come to define his existence. His family, supportive yet unacquainted with the lavish world of professional sports, played a pivotal role in his early interest in football. They weren't wealthy, but they provided the encouragement and love that fueled Billy's dreams. As a child, Wright was not merely kicking a ball for amusement. He was showing signs of an innate understanding of the game, impressing those who watched him play in local fields, at school and for community teams. His natural ability was clear, setting him apart from peers and establishing him as a standout talent in the local football scene. Iron Bridge, despite its limited sporting facilities, was where Billy honed his skills, driven by a mixture of raw talent and sheer determination. His family's backing was crucial, instilling values of hard work and humility that would guide his entire career. Billy's football journey escalated when he caught the attention of Wolverhampton Wanderers scouts. Joining their youth ranks marked his first step into organised football, transitioning from the casual games of his hometown to the structured environment of a professional club. Progressing through Wolverhampton's youth system, Wright showcased leadership and a deep comprehension of the game, qualities that would later define his career. His professional debut with the club wasn't just a personal milestone. It was a testament to his growth from a young boy in Iron Bridge to a footballer of professional stature, ready to face the challenges and triumphs that awaited him in the sport. Billy Wright's professional football career started at Wolverhampton Wanderers, where he became a lifelong member. His journey into professional football was guided by some of the sport's top managers, who quickly saw his potential. At Wolverhampton, Wright became an essential part of the team, where his growing skills were carefully developed. Right from the start, Wright showed a strong commitment and desire to improve. His deep understanding of football, along with his physical and mental strength, helped him make a big impact on the team early on. As he gained skills and experience, Wright became a key defender and leader for Wolverhampton Wanderers. His ability to make smart tactical decisions became crucial to the team's success. Wright's development at the club turned him from a promising young player into a key figure known for his defensive skills and leadership. He played in important matches like big league games and cup finals, where he proved his abilities and strengthened his reputation. Wright's leadership on the field was about inspiring his teammates and leading them through tough matches with confidence and smart planning. His excellent performance at Wolverhampton Wanderers led to recognition at the national level, earning him a spot on the England national team. Internationally, Wright confirmed his status as a top defender, playing for England with great pride and distinction. His consistent high-level play, both in club and international games, highlighted his outstanding abilities. Billy Wright's rise to fame is a story of personal talent and his ability to improve the whole team's play. His defensive work was paired with a natural skill to affect the game's outcome, using his football smarts and leadership. This made Wright a celebrated figure in football, known for his contributions to both Wolverhampton Wanderers and the England national team. Wright's career with England was extraordinary, as he earned an impressive 105 international caps, a record at the time, making him the first player ever to reach this milestone. This achievement highlighted his consistency, skill and importance to the national team over many years. As a player for England, Wright was not just part of the team. He was often its leader, especially in big tournaments. His leadership was crucial in major competitions like the World Cup, where he represented his country with pride and distinction. Wright's ability to stay calm under pressure, make smart decisions, and inspire his teammates made him a standout captain and a respected figure in international football. Billy's role in the England team was about more than just playing defence. He was the backbone of the team, organising the play, guiding younger players, and setting an example of professionalism and dedication. His presence on the field brought confidence to the team, helping England compete against the best teams in the world. Wright's international career was filled with memorable moments that cemented his status as one of England's greatest players. His leadership and performances in international matches earned him widespread recognition and respect, not just from fans in England but from football lovers around the world. Billy Wright's football career was filled with remarkable milestones that solidified his status as a footballing legend. One of his most notable achievements was leading Wolverhampton Wanderers to 3 league titles. These victories were not just triumphs for the team, but also personal achievements for Wright. As captain of Wolverhampton, Wright was a central figure in the team's golden era during the 1950s. His leadership on the field was instrumental in securing the First Division championships in 1953-54, 1957-58, and 1958-59. These titles were a testament to the team's skill, determination, and Wright's effective leadership. Beyond the league titles and international caps, Wright's individual accolades further reflect his impact on the sport. He was named the Footballer of the Year, an honour that acknowledges his outstanding performances and professionalism. His ability to perform at an elite level consistently, both for club and country, made him a standout player of his generation. Wright's legacy in football is also marked by the respect and admiration he received from fans, teammates, and opponents alike. His fair play, leadership, and gentlemanly demeanour both on and off the pitch contributed to his lasting reputation as one of the game's greats. Billy Wright, during his football career, faced many tough situations, including the stress of playing at a very high level and always needing to do well for both his club and country. Being a key player for Wolverhampton Wanderers and England, Wright was under constant pressure to perform well in every game. As the captain of his club, he had to lead his team effectively and show good performance consistently, which was challenging both mentally and physically. Moreover, juggling the busy schedules of club football, cup tournaments and international matches was a big challenge. Wright had to stay in top shape and quickly recover from any injuries or tiredness because of the non-stop nature of his football commitments. Playing for England, Wright faced additional pressure. He had to compete against some of the best players in the world, proving his abilities at an international level. As the national team captain, he also had the important job of bringing together players from different clubs and motivating them to perform as a united team. Despite these pressures, Wright managed to keep playing brilliantly throughout his career. His ability to handle the intense demands of top-tier football and live up to the expectations of being a consistent top performer demonstrated his true strength and commitment to the sport. After retiring from playing, Billy Wright took on new roles that allowed him to stay connected to football. He ventured into management, where he could pass on his knowledge and passion for the game to others. Managing provided him with fresh challenges and allowed him to see the sport from a different perspective, influencing players and teams with his vast experience. Wright's legacy in football goes beyond his playing and managerial careers. He is celebrated for his sportsmanship, leadership, and the way he carried himself both on and off the field. His name remains synonymous with integrity and respect in the football world. In his later years, Wright also contributed to football through media work, sharing his insights and analysis of the game. This role allowed him to stay in touch with the sport he loved and continue to influence its fans and players. Billy Wright's personal life was as rich and fulfilling as his professional career, marked by close personal relationships and a deep connection to the football community. Beyond the pitch, he was a family man, known for his strong ties to his loved ones, which provided him with a solid foundation and support system throughout his life and career. Wright married Joy Beverley of the Beverley Sisters, a famous singing trio, in 1958. Their marriage was a significant part of his life, blending the worlds of sport and entertainment and bringing him into the public eye even off the football field. Together, they shared a life that, while public, was grounded in mutual respect and love. Away from football, Wright had a variety of interests that showcased a different side of his personality. He was known to have a passion for golf, which not only served as a leisure activity, but also as a way to connect with friends and fellow sports enthusiasts. His involvement in golf and other social activities highlighted his love for sports in general and his enjoyment of competitive yet friendly atmospheres. Wright's connection to the football community remained strong even after his playing days were over. He was deeply respected within the sport, not just for his achievements on the field, but also for his demeanour and integrity. His insights and experiences were highly valued, and he often participated in football-related events, sharing his knowledge and continuing to influence the sport he loved. Billy Wright's later years were marked by health battles that he faced with the same dignity and strength he exhibited on the football field. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, a serious and aggressive illness that ultimately led to his passing. Wright's health decline began to be noticeable in the early 1990s, and despite the efforts of medical professionals and the support of his family and friends, the cancer progressed. His struggle with the disease was a difficult time for him and those close to him, but he faced it with courage. Billy Wright passed away on September 3, 1994, at the age of 70. His death was a significant loss to the football world and to those who knew him personally. He is remembered not only for his incredible achievements in football, but also for his character, resilience, and the way he handled the challenges life threw at him, including his final health battle. His passing has raised awareness about health issues, including the importance of cancer research and treatment. While Wright did not publicly advocate for health-related causes during his lifetime, his battle with pancreatic cancer has highlighted the need for ongoing research and support in this area, continuing his impact beyond his years. Billy Wright's character and leadership, both on and off the pitch, have left an indelible mark on the world of football. Renowned for his integrity, sportsmanship, and tactical intelligence, he set a standard for future generations of players. Wright's legacy extends far beyond his impressive record of appearances and titles. He is a symbol of dedication, inspiring footballers and fans alike. His contributions to club and country, and his influence on football's heritage, have cemented his status as a timeless icon in English football history, embodying the true spirit and values of the sport. Join us as we explore the story of George Cohen, a football hero who played a big part in England's World Cup win in 1966. Known for his time with Fulham, he changed how defenders played the game. But George's life had tough moments too, especially with his health later on. We'll dive into his exciting career, his brave fight with illness, and how he left a lasting mark on football. Get ready to learn about the life of a man who showed courage both on and off the football field, and whose story inspires many. Let's explore the early days of George Cohen, who was born on October 22nd, 1939 in Kensington, London, but grew up in the heart of Fulham. This area was rich with football history and was where George's love for the game started. Even though he lived nearer to Chelsea's ground, his heart was with Fulham Football Club, the team he would one day represent with pride. From a young age, George was surrounded by football. He lived close to Fulham's stadium, Craven Cottage, and as a boy, he would often sneak in to watch the games. This was not just a childhood adventure, but the beginning of a deep connection with the club. He went to school in Fulham and was a keen player in local football teams, showing early signs of his future in the sport. George's passion for football was clear from the start. He didn't just play or watch the game, he lived it. His childhood experiences in the streets and playgrounds of Fulham were the first steps on a path that would lead him to greatness in English football. Growing up in this environment, where football was a way of life, shaped George into the player and person he would become, setting the foundation for a legendary career that was deeply rooted in his local community. George Cohen's journey into the world of professional football wasn't a straightforward path. From a young age, he faced the challenges that come with pursuing a career in a highly competitive sport. Despite these obstacles, his passion and dedication to football were clear, and they eventually led him to sign with Fulham, the club that was not just in his neighbourhood, but in his heart. Starting his career at Fulham wasn't just about playing for any team. It was about representing his local community and the club he grew up admiring. At the tender age of 17, Cohen made his professional debut, stepping onto the pitch against Liverpool in March 1957. This wasn't just a game for Cohen, it was the beginning of a legendary journey with Fulham, where he would spend his entire football career. Cohen's start at Fulham was the launchpad for a career that would see him redefine the role of a full-back. Known for his exceptional pace and ability to support the attack, Cohen brought a new dimension to the full-back position. He wasn't just a defender, he was a pioneer, changing how the role was viewed and played. His attacking prowess wasn't just about aiding the forwards, but about creating a new template for how full-backs could influence the game. During his time at Fulham, Cohen became a fixture in the team's defence, consistently proving himself as a player of exceptional ability and intelligence on the field. His performances for Fulham were not just about playing well, they were about inspiring those around him and setting a standard for what it meant to be a full-back in English football. George Cohen's rise to prominence in English football is a tale of grit, skill, and a relentless drive to succeed. From his early days at Fulham, Cohen showed signs of becoming a standout player. His remarkable pace and ability to blend defence with attack quickly made him a key figure in Fulham's lineup. As Cohen established himself in Fulham's first team, his performances began to turn heads. He wasn't just a local hero, he was becoming a player of national note. His consistent displays on the pitch were instrumental in Fulham's competitive stance in the English League, helping the team to maintain a strong position and even pushing for higher honours. Cohen's excellence at club level naturally led to national recognition. His ability to perform under pressure and his adaptability on the field made him a prime candidate for the English national team. It wasn't long before England's selectors took notice. Cohen's solid defence, coupled with his knack for supporting offensive plays, made him an ideal fit for the national squad's evolving strategy, which favoured versatile and dynamic players. His contributions to Fulham and his impressive performances in the English League soon earned him a spot in the England team. Cohen's journey from a local Fulham player to representing his country on the international stage was a testament to his dedication and skill, marking him as one of the most promising and influential fullbacks of his time. George Cohen's role in the 1966 World Cup was pivotal, marking him as a national hero in English football history. As the right-back for England, Cohen's defensive skills were crucial throughout the tournament, especially in matches that led England to victory. The 1966 World Cup, held in England, was a momentous event, and Cohen was an integral part of the team coached by Alf Ramsey. Cohen's performances in the group stages were solid, contributing to England's strong defence, which was a key factor in their progression through the tournament. In the quarter-finals against Argentina, Cohen's defensive prowess was on full display. England won 1-0, but the match was tough and marked by physical play. Cohen's ability to hold off the Argentine attackers, despite their aggressive tactics, was vital in securing England's place in the semi-finals. The semi-final match against Portugal was another highlight of Cohen's World Cup journey. He played a significant role in limiting the effectiveness of Portugal's star player, Eusebio, helping England to secure a 2-1 victory. This win propelled England to the World Cup final, setting the stage for one of the most celebrated moments in English football history. In the final against West Germany, Cohen's defensive skills were again crucial. The match was intense and went into extra time after ending 2-2 in regular play. Cohen's endurance and tactical intelligence helped England to withstand the German offence and eventually win the match 4-2, securing England's first and only World Cup title. Cohen's contribution to England's 1966 World Cup victory was immense. His defensive acumen, stamina, and ability to perform under pressure were instrumental in England's success. This tournament solidified his status as a national hero and ensured his place in the annals of English football history. George Cohen's illustrious career is highlighted by his steadfast loyalty to Fulham, where he played from 1956 to 1969, and his crucial role in England's 1966 World Cup victory. At Fulham, he made 459 appearances, a testament to his significance at the club and his pioneering role as an attacking full-back. His career pinnacle was helping England to win the World Cup, earning him national hero status. Cohen's contributions were formally recognised when he was awarded an MBE in 2000, honouring his service to football. His legacy at Fulham is immortalised by a statue at Craven Cottage, unveiled in 2016 to mark 50 years since England's World Cup triumph. His footballing excellence was further acknowledged by his induction into the English Football Hall of Fame, cementing his status as a footballing legend. George Cohen's journey through football wasn't without its setbacks, the most significant being a knee injury that prematurely ended his playing career at just 29. This unfortunate event cut short what had been a standout period in English football, especially painful as he was performing at his peak. Despite this early end to his on-field activities, Cohen's influence and legacy in the sport never waned. His transition from player to coach and mentor marked a new chapter where he continued to impact the sport he loved. After hanging up his boots, Cohen didn't stray far from football. He coached Fulham's youth team and even took charge of England's under-23 side, showcasing his dedication to nurturing new talent. Beyond coaching, Cohen actively engaged in the football community, particularly with Fulham, where he remained a beloved figure. He was often seen at Craven Cottage, sharing his wealth of experience and contributing to the club's legacy. His advocacy for health issues in sports, especially concerning football-related brain injuries and cancer, highlighted his commitment to player welfare and his desire to give back to the community that had given him so much. George Cohen's life outside of football was filled with love, family, and a continuous connection to sports. He was married to Daphne for over 60 years, a testament to their strong and enduring relationship. Together, they had 2 sons, Anthony and Andrew, and George took great pride in his role as a father, instilling in his children the values of dedication and respect that he exhibited throughout his life. Cohen's family legacy extended into the world of sports through his nephew, Ben Cohen, who continued the family tradition of sporting excellence by being part of England's Rugby World Cup winning team in 2003. This remarkable achievement meant that George and Ben shared the unique distinction of both being World Cup winners, albeit in different sports, highlighting the family's extraordinary contribution to English sports history. George Cohen faced a long and tough battle with cancer, being first diagnosed in 1976. Demonstrating remarkable resilience, he was declared cancer-free in 1990. However, his health challenges continued as he later struggled with dementia, a condition affecting many former athletes. This personal health journey propelled Cohen into advocacy, pushing for greater research into the links between football and neurological diseases like dementia. His efforts highlighted concerns over the increased risk of such conditions among footballers, urging the need for the sporting world to confront and address these serious health implications proactively. George Cohen's life, marked by both sporting triumph and personal health battles, came to an end on December 23, 2022, at the age of 83. His passing, though the specific cause was not publicly disclosed, underscored the ongoing concerns about the long-term health impacts faced by former professional athletes. George Cohen's legacy in English football is significant and lasting. Known for his victory in the World Cup and his unwavering dedication to Fulham, he became a symbol of loyalty and footballing excellence. Cohen revolutionized the role of a defender, inspiring many who came after him. He will be remembered not only for his football achievements, but also for being a gentleman of the sport, admired for his character and the respectful way he conducted himself on and off the pitch. Welcome to the incredible story of Pele, one of the greatest football players ever. His real name is Edson Arantes do Nascimento, but the whole world knows him as Pele. Born on October 23, 1940, in a small Brazilian town called Três Corações, Pele's journey from a young boy with big dreams to a football superstar is nothing short of amazing. Unfortunately, a battle with colon cancer dominated the final years of his life. Pele grew up in a place where football was more than just a game, it was a way of life. From playing in the streets of Bauru to dazzling millions on the world stage, his life is a tale of magic, talent, and lots of hard work. As a kid, Pele didn't have fancy footballs or big stadiums. He often played with whatever he could find, like a sock filled with newspaper, but his love for the game and his incredible skill couldn't be missed. Pele's father, a footballer himself, was a big influence. He taught Pele not just about the game, but about the dedication and hard work needed to succeed. These lessons stayed with Pele as he grew up, pushing him to pursue his dreams of playing professionally. Pele's path to football stardom wasn't easy. Growing up, he faced the challenge of making a name for himself in a sport that was already Brazil's national obsession. Despite his undeniable talent, he had to prove himself at every step, starting from his humble beginnings in street football to joining organized club play. His journey began in earnest when Valdemar de Brito, a former Brazilian footballer and coach, recognized his potential. Brito was instrumental in Pele's early development, guiding the young prodigy and eventually convincing Santos FC to give him a trial. Pele's professional debut with Santos FC in 1956 marked the beginning of an extraordinary era in football. At just 15 years old, Pele was not merely joining a team. He was setting foot on a stage that would witness some of the most spectacular displays of football talent the world had ever seen. His entry into Santos was like a spark that ignited his career, quickly transforming him from a young prodigy into a global sensation. In his early years at Santos, Pele's impact was immediate and profound. He brought a new dimension to the game with his remarkable ability to score goals from any position and under any circumstance. His playing style combined a rare blend of creativity, agility, and precision, making him a nightmare for defenders and a joy for fans. Pele's natural flair and instinctive understanding of the game helped Santos dominate Brazilian football and achieve significant success on the international stage. Pele's tenure at Santos was marked by winning trophies, both for the team and himself personally. He played a pivotal role in Santos winning several state championships, national titles and international competitions, including the Copa Libertadores. His individual brilliance was recognized with numerous awards, and he quickly became the cornerstone of the team's success. During this time, Pele's fame transcended the boundaries of Brazil, turning him into a symbol of excellence in football. His ability to draw crowds wherever Santos played showcased his growing influence in the sport. The stadium would buzz with excitement every time he touched the ball, as fans anticipated another moment of magic. Pele's years at Santos were not just about scoring goals and winning matches, they were about setting new standards in football. He redefined what was possible on the pitch, captivating millions with his extraordinary talent and passion for the game. His time at Santos laid the foundation for what would become an illustrious and unparalleled career, solidifying his status as one of the greatest footballers of all time. Pele's international career with Brazil was as spectacular as his club career, marked by historic achievements and unforgettable moments. His debut for the Brazilian national team in 1957 at the age of just 16 was a clear indicator of his extraordinary talent. Playing against Argentina in the Maracana, he not only held his own but also scored a goal, demonstrating that he was ready for the international stage. The 1958 World Cup in Sweden was where Pele truly announced himself to the world. Initially sidelined due to a knee injury, he missed Brazil's first 2 games. Despite concerns about his youth and the pressures of the World Cup, the decision to include him in the starting lineup for the subsequent matches proved to be pivotal. Pele's performances were nothing short of sensational. He scored a goal in the quarter-final against Wales and then a hat-trick in the semi-final against France, showcasing his exceptional skill and composure. The final against Sweden was a crowning moment for Pele and Brazil. At just 17 years old, Pele scored twice, playing a key role in Brazil's 5-2 victory and their first-ever World Cup triumph. His tears of joy after the final whistle captured the hearts of football fans around the world and symbolized the joy and passion that football can bring. Pele's international career continued to flourish in the following years. He was a key player in Brazil's 1962 World Cup team, although an injury early in the tournament limited his participation. Nevertheless, Brazil went on to win the tournament, cementing their status as the world's top footballing nation with Pele as their talisman. Pele's impact on football extended far beyond his achievements on the pitch. His influence reshaped the sport, making him a global icon and a beloved figure across continents. Pele's journey from the streets of Bauru to the zenith of world football is a story of inspiration and aspiration, demonstrating the unifying power of the sport. In the latter part of his career, Pele's move to New York Cosmos in 1975 marked a significant moment in the globalization of football. His presence in the North American Soccer League brought unprecedented attention to the sport in the United States, helping to ignite a passion for football in a country where it had previously been relatively overlooked. Pele's charisma and skill attracted huge crowds and media attention, raising the profile of football in North America and inspiring a new generation of players and fans. Beyond the pitch, Pele has been an ambassador for football and a champion for various social causes. His commitment to using his status for the betterment of society has seen him involved in numerous charitable endeavors, advocating for education, poverty alleviation, and the promotion of peace. Pele's role in these efforts has been instrumental in showcasing the power of sport as a tool for positive social change. Pele's retirement from professional football marked the end of an era, but his influence on the sport and his activities off the field continued to be significant. After an illustrious career with Santos and the New York Cosmos, as well as a storied tenure with the Brazilian national team, Pele hung up his boots, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire future generations. In his post-football life, Pele did not step away from the spotlight. Instead, he transitioned to roles that allowed him to continue influencing the sport and society. He took on various ambassadorial roles, using his global stature to promote football and engage in charitable work. His commitment to social causes, particularly those involving children and poverty alleviation, underscored his dedication to using his fame for the greater good. Pele also became a prominent figure in sports marketing and a spokesperson for several international brands. His appeal transcended cultural and national boundaries, making him an ideal representative for initiatives and campaigns worldwide. In addition, Pele authored several books, sharing his insights about football and his remarkable life journey, and continued to be involved in football commentary and analysis. Despite facing health challenges in his later years, Pele's spirit and love for the game remained undimmed. He often appeared at major football events and ceremonies, where his presence was a reminder of the sport's ability to change lives and bring joy to people around the world. Brazilian football icon Pele, revered globally as one of the greatest players ever, passed away on December 29, 2022, due to complications from cancer. In the years leading up to his death, Pele bravely battled various health issues. Known for his vibrant presence and unmatched skill on the field, his declining health in later years was a source of concern for fans worldwide. Pele's health struggles became more public following the 2018 World Cup, where he was seen in a wheelchair. A month after the tournament, he was hospitalized after collapsing from exhaustion, a sign of his deteriorating condition. In September 2021, Pele underwent surgery to remove a tumor from his colon, leading to ongoing medical treatments. Towards the end of 2022, his condition worsened, necessitating prolonged hospitalization in Sao Paulo. Throughout the 2022 World Cup and the subsequent Christmas period, Pele remained in the hospital, with his family confirming the seriousness of his situation. During this challenging time, Pele's daughter, Kelly Nascimento, provided regular updates about her father's health. The world watched with concern as the health of O Rei, the king, a title earned for his extraordinary performances, notably at the 1958 World Cup, remained fragile. Despite his health battles, Pele's legacy as a revolutionary figure in football, known for his unique style and goal-scoring prowess, remained untouched. Pele's career began with Santos in 1956, marking the start of an era that would forever change football. 6 Brazilian championships and 2 Copa Libertadores titles were among his incredible accomplishments during his 18-year tenure with Santos. His final years as a player were spent with the New York Cosmos in the NASL, and he dedicated much of his post-retirement life to serving as an ambassador for football around the world. The passing of Pele was not just the loss of a football legend, it was the end of a chapter in the sport's history. He left behind a legacy that transcends records and accolades, remembered as much for his remarkable talent as for his grace and resilience in facing life's greatest challenges. Pele's death was mourned globally, as fans, players and admirers paid tribute to a man who had brought so much joy and inspiration to the world of football. Delve into the extraordinary life of Jimmy Armfield, a key player in the world of English football, whose journey on and off the pitch has become an integral part of the sport's rich tapestry. Armfield's legacy, carved through decades of devotion to football, embodies much more than the accolades and titles he amassed. It's a tale that interweaves the history of English football with personal triumphs and trials, reflecting the evolution of the game through the mid-20th century. As we trace his journey from the bustling streets of post-war Manchester to the hallowed grounds of Blackpool and beyond, we uncover the essence of a man who not only played the game, but lived it, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of football fans and the annals of the sport. Jimmy Armfield's story began in Denton, Manchester, born on September 21, 1935, into a world recovering from the ravages of war. The post-war era was a time of rebuilding and rejuvenation, and for young Jimmy, it was a period that ignited his passion for football, a beacon of hope and excitement in a landscape marked by austerity. Moving to Blackpool with his family during the war years, Jimmy found himself in the heart of a town where football was not just a sport, but a way of life. In Armfield's youth, Blackpool was a thriving seaside town with a football team that was among the best in all of English football and featured the legendary Stanley Matthews. The atmosphere of the town, coupled with the glory of Blackpool FC, played a pivotal role in nurturing Armfield's burgeoning love for the game. At Arnold School in Blackpool, where he excelled academically, Armfield's talent on the football field began to shine. It was here, in the shadow of the Bloomfield Road Stadium, that his dream of playing professional football took root. Armfield's early years were not just about developing his skills as a footballer, they were also about imbibing the values of hard work, perseverance, and teamwork. The post-war era demanded resilience and adaptability, qualities that Armfield demonstrated both on and off the pitch. A deep-seated love for the game, sparked in the streets of Blackpool and cultivated through each kick of the ball, drove him from a young boy enamoured with football's magic to one of its most prestigious ambassadors. Jimmy Armfield's professional career began at Blackpool FC, the club that had captured his imagination as a young boy, and where he would become a legend. His debut in 1954 against Portsmouth marked the start of a remarkable journey with the Seasiders. In an era when loyalty to a single club was more common, Armfield's career at Blackpool stood out as a testament to his dedication to the team he loved. At Blackpool, Armfield quickly established himself as a quick, attack-minded full-back, a role that suited his playing style perfectly. His performances were characterised by a rare combination of defensive solidity and offensive flair. Over his 17-year tenure with the club, he made a record 627 appearances, a testament to his endurance and consistency. His time at Blackpool saw him help the team to some of their greatest achievements, including the runner-up spot in the First Division in the 1955-56 season, the highest league position in the club's history. In 1959, his contributions were recognised when he was voted the Football League's Young Player of the Year, marking him as one of the most promising talents in English football. During his years at Blackpool, Armfield's leadership qualities began to emerge. He was not just a player, he was a leader on the pitch, guiding his teammates with his experience and insight. His time at Blackpool laid a strong foundation for his future career, both on the national stage and in his later roles in football management and commentary. Jimmy Armfield's rise to prominence in the world of football was a testament to his exceptional abilities and work ethic. His performances for Blackpool FC quickly caught the attention of the wider football community, establishing him as one of the most talented and reliable right-backs of his time. His style of play, characterised by mobility, technical skill and tactical intelligence, set new standards for how the full-back position was perceived and played. During the late 1950s and 1960s, Armfield's reputation continued to grow. He became known not just for his defensive capabilities, but also for his contribution to the team's attacking play. His ability to read the game, combined with his speed and crossing ability, made him a valuable asset to Blackpool's team. He was instrumental in Blackpool's successes, helping the team maintain a strong presence in the top tier of English football. Armfield's consistency and leadership on the pitch did not go unnoticed. He was soon recognised as one of the best defenders in the country, earning respect from teammates, opponents, and fans alike. His influence extended beyond his club performances as he became a role model for aspiring footballers, demonstrating the importance of dedication, professionalism, and sportsmanship. Jimmy Armfield's excellence on the football field earned him a place in the England national team, where he further showcased his skills on an international stage. He was an integral member of the England squad at the 1962 World Cup in Chile, where he was widely regarded as one of the tournament's best defenders. His performances on the international stage were marked by the same qualities he displayed at the club level: strong defensive play, excellent positional sense, and the ability to contribute to the team's attacking moves. However, Armfield's journey with the England team also saw its share of challenges. Despite being a key member of the squad, injury prevented him from playing in the 1966 World Cup. Though he was not on the field when England won the tournament, his contributions to the team in the lead-up to the World Cup were invaluable. In recognition of his role, FIFA, following a campaign by the Football Association, awarded him a World Cup Winners' Medal in 1996, ensuring his contributions were formally acknowledged. Throughout his international career, Armfield exemplified sportsmanship and fair play. He was known for his gentlemanly conduct on the pitch, a trait that earned him respect worldwide. His attitude towards the game, marked by humility and respect for opponents, set a standard for sportsmanship that remains a benchmark in football. Jimmy Armfield's career was adorned with numerous highlights and achievements that underscored his status as a footballing great. Throughout his tenure at Blackpool, he displayed remarkable consistency and excellence, earning the adoration of fans and the respect of peers. His record of 627 appearances for Blackpool is a testament to his loyalty and enduring quality as a player. His contribution to the team's runner-up finish in the First Division in the 1955-56 season remains a significant achievement in the club's history. On the international stage, Armfield's capabilities as a world-class defender were unmistakably evident. He earned 43 caps for England, and his leadership qualities led to him captaining the national side 15 times. His performances in the 1962 World Cup particularly were outstanding, earning him recognition as one of the tournament's best defenders. Even though injury prevented his participation in the 1966 World Cup, his contributions to England's football were significant enough to earn him a retrospective World Cup winners' medal in 1996. Armfield's football journey was not without its challenges. His career, like that of many athletes, was interspersed with injuries that tested his resilience. One of the most significant setbacks was the injury that cost him a place in the 1966 World Cup team. Despite being an integral member of the squad, he had to watch from the sidelines as England triumphed. These challenges, however, did not diminish Armfield's spirit or his love for the game. Instead, they highlighted his resilience and ability to adapt. His career is a narrative of overcoming adversity, maintaining professionalism, and consistently performing at the highest levels. Armfield's ability to face setbacks head-on and come back stronger is a key aspect of his legacy, demonstrating the kind of determination and strength that inspires both contemporaries and future generations. Jimmy Armfield's exceptional contributions to football were recognised with numerous awards and accolades, both during his playing days and post-retirement. His talent and dedication were honoured early in his career when he was named Football League's Young Player of the Year in 1959. This recognition marked him as one of English football's rising stars. In his later years, Armfield's impact on the sport was further acknowledged. He was inducted into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2003, cementing his status as one of the game's greats. In 2008, he was awarded a place in the Football Hall of Fame at the National Football Museum alongside his hero Stanley Matthews. Additionally, he received the Professional Footballers Association's Merit Award, which led to 3 standing ovations, a testament to his standing in the football community. His contributions were also recognised by the broader community. Armfield was appointed an OBE in 2000 and later advanced to CBE in 2010. Honouring his service to football and his community involvement in Blackpool, Jimmy Armfield's career was marked by several transformative moments that shaped his path. Notably, his decision to remain loyal to Blackpool FC throughout his career, despite interest from other clubs, demonstrated his commitment to the team he loved. This loyalty became a defining characteristic of his career. Another pivotal moment came with his transition from player to manager. His move into management saw him take the helm at Bolton Wanderers and later Leeds United, where he led the team to the final of the European Cup in 1975. These experiences in management allowed Armfield to impact the game from a different perspective, showcasing his understanding of football tactics and team dynamics. Armfield's post-playing career also included a successful stint as a respected football commentator and writer, where his insights and expertise enriched the understanding of the game for fans and listeners. His smooth transition to broadcasting and journalism highlighted his diverse talents and deep knowledge of the sport. After hanging up his boots, Jimmy Armfield remained an influential figure in football through his contributions as a manager, commentator and consultant. His tenure as the manager of Bolton Wanderers and Leeds United showcased his tactical acumen and leadership qualities. At Leeds, he led the team to the European Cup final, demonstrating his ability to inspire and guide at the highest levels. Armfield's voice became familiar to millions as a football commentator for BBC Radio. His insightful analysis, down-to-earth manner, and gentlemanly nature made him a beloved figure in the world of football broadcasting. His commentary was not only informative, but also conveyed the passion and love he had for the game. In a consultancy role with the FA, Armfield continued to contribute his expertise to the development of English football. His involvement in various capacities post-retirement underscored his lifelong commitment to the sport and his desire to give back to the game that had given him so much. Away from the football field, Jimmy Armfield led a fulfilling personal life. He was married to Anne, a nurse, with whom he shared a deep bond and 2 sons, John and Duncan. His family life provided him with a strong support system and played a crucial role in his life. Armfield's community involvement in Blackpool, where he was evacuated during the Second World War and later developed a strong affinity for the town and its football club, reflected his connection to his roots. He was actively involved in local football and charitable activities, further demonstrating his commitment to giving back to the community that had supported him throughout his career. In his later years, Jimmy Armfield faced a significant personal challenge when he was diagnosed with cancer. Initially, he successfully underwent treatment, demonstrating the same resilience he had shown throughout his life and career. However, in November 2016, Armfield's battle with the disease took a difficult turn as the cancer returned. Despite this setback, Armfield faced his illness with courage and dignity, much as he had faced challenges on and off the football pitch. His fight against cancer was a testament to his enduring strength and character. Jimmy Armfield's remarkable life came to an end on January 22, 2018, in Blackpool, the town that he cherished and had become an integral part of his identity. Passing away at the age of 82, he left behind not only a legacy of footballing excellence, but also of grace, fortitude, and humanity. Armfield's death was deeply felt across the football world and in the community of Blackpool, where he was revered not just as a footballer, but as a beloved local figure. His contributions to football, both as a player and in various roles post-retirement, have left an indelible mark on the sport. His legacy extends beyond his achievements on the field. It is also defined by his resilience in facing life's challenges, his commitment to community, and his impact as a role model for sportsmanship and integrity. As we reflect on the life of Jimmy Armfield, we remember a man who embodied the spirit of football, whose life story inspires and resonates with fans, players, and all who value the beautiful game. His memory continues to inspire and will be cherished for generations to come. Join us on a journey through the life of Johnny Haynes, a football hero whose influence reached far beyond the field. From his humble beginnings in London to achieving iconic status as Fulham FC's greatest ever player, his story is filled with incredible highs. However, his life was also marked by tough challenges, including a tragic car accident that brought it to an untimely end. This is the story of a man who became an inspiration to many, overcame difficulties with strength, and left a lasting legacy in the world of football. Johnny Haynes was born in Kentish Town, London, a place bustling with life and energy. Growing up in a typical London neighbourhood, Johnny's early life was like many kids, filled with family, friends, and of course football. His family wasn't famous or wealthy, but they had a strong sense of community and a love for sports. From a young age, Johnny was fascinated by football. He would often be seen kicking a ball around in the streets with his friends, pretending to score goals like his heroes. This love for the game was influenced by his father and older brother, who were both passionate about football. They would take Johnny to local matches, where he watched in awe, dreaming of one day playing on the big field himself. At school, Johnny's talent for football became clear. He wasn't the biggest kid in the playground, but what he lacked in size, he made up for in skill and determination. His teachers and classmates were impressed by his ability to control the ball and his smart way of playing the game. They knew he was something special. Johnny's family supported his passion for football. They encouraged him to play, to learn, and to dream of becoming a professional player. His mother, although not as football savvy as the rest of the family, attended his games and cheered the loudest, showing her support and pride in her son's abilities. As Johnny grew older, his talent and love for the game only deepened. He played for his school team and joined local youth clubs, where he honed his skills and learned the discipline required to succeed in football. It was in these early years, playing on the fields of Kentish Town, that Johnny Haynes' journey to becoming a football legend began. As Johnny Haynes progressed in his football journey, he encountered several challenges that tested his resolve and dedication to the game. Despite his clear talent and passion, the path to professional football was not easy. One of the first major challenges Johnny faced was the competitive nature of youth football in London. With many kids dreaming of becoming football stars, the competition was fierce. Johnny had to prove himself at every step, showing not only his skill, but also his ability to work hard and learn. Joining Fulham FC's youth academy marked a turning point in Johnny's life. Fulham, a well-respected club, was known for nurturing young talents, and it provided Johnny with the perfect environment to grow as a player. However, this also meant stepping into a more disciplined and demanding world of football. Training sessions were rigorous and expectations were high. Johnny had to adapt to the intense routine, pushing his physical and mental limits to meet the standards of professional football. At the youth academy, Johnny's exceptional playmaking skills became evident. He had a natural ability to read the game, making smart decisions on the pitch and executing passes with precision. His coaches were impressed by his understanding of football and his eagerness to improve. Johnny wasn't just playing, he was learning the art of football, studying the game's tactics and mastering his role as a midfielder. Even with his early successes, Johnny faced challenges. Doubts and frustrations were part of his journey, along with injuries and stiff competition at Fulham's youth academy. Despite these obstacles, his resilience and passion for football drove him forward. He saw each challenge as a chance to improve, both as a player and a person. This commitment at the academy didn't just highlight his talent, it laid the groundwork for his future in professional football and his path to becoming a legend. Johnny Haynes' leap to professional football with Fulham FC was a significant moment in his career. After proving his worth in the youth academy, he was now ready to face the challenges of the senior team. At Fulham, Johnny quickly adapted to the higher level of play, showing that he was not just another young talent, but a player ready to make an impact. In his early days with Fulham's main squad, Johnny's development was impressive. He quickly understood the demands of professional football, improving his physical and mental game. His tactical intelligence, the ability to see and make plays that others couldn't, set him apart. He wasn't just playing, he was thinking one step ahead, anticipating the flow of the game and making smart decisions. Johnny's skills as a midfielder were exceptional. He had a unique blend of vision, passing accuracy, and ability to control the pace of the game. These qualities made him a central figure in the team, helping Fulham achieve success in various competitions. His influence on the field was undeniable, as he contributed significantly to the team's performance, showing leadership and skill that belied his young age. Johnny Haynes' rise to prominence at Fulham FC wasn't just about his individual performances, it was about how he elevated the team's play. Key matches and seasons saw Johnny demonstrating why he was considered a tactical genius and a masterful midfielder. His ability to orchestrate plays combined with his precise passing and game intelligence made him a standout player in the league. In crucial games, Johnny often took the lead, guiding his team with calmness and strategic thinking. His performances in high-pressure situations, where he displayed not just skill, but also a great understanding of the game, earned him respect and admiration from fans, teammates, and opponents alike. Johnny Haynes' talent on the football field soon caught the attention of the England national team, marking a new chapter in his career. His debut for England came at a time when he was already shining for Fulham, and he quickly became an important player for the national side as well. Haynes was known for his leadership on the field, wearing the captain's armband with pride and guiding his teammates through tough matches. His ability to control the game and make vital plays made him a key figure in England's lineup. In international matches, Johnny's performances were top-notch, showcasing his skills on a global stage and earning him respect from fans and players around the world. One of Haynes' most memorable moments at Fulham came in a match against Sheffield Wednesday, where he scored a hat-trick, leading his team to a stunning 4-2 victory. His ability to change the course of a game was evident in his precise passing and strategic thinking, qualities that made him a pivotal figure in Fulham's lineup. Haynes was a football icon, spending his entire career at Fulham, where he played 594 league games and scored 146 goals. Despite not winning club honours, he was a key figure in England's national team, remembered especially for becoming the first footballer in Britain to earn £100 a week. This wage breakthrough came after the abolition of the maximum wage cap, a change he significantly contributed to. In his international career with England, Haynes made a significant impact, earning over 50 caps. One standout performance was against Scotland at Wembley in 1961, where he captained the team and led by example, contributing to a 9-3 victory, one of England's most famous wins. His leadership on the field was inspirational, blending tactical awareness with skillful play. Haynes was not just about scoring goals, he was a playmaker, often assisting in crucial plays that led to goals for his team. His vision on the field allowed him to deliver perfect passes, turning potential chances into successful goals. For instance, in a European Championship qualifier against Portugal, Haynes' midfield mastery was on full display, orchestrating the play and helping England secure a vital win. Despite not playing in the 1966 World Cup, Haynes' contributions to the England national team were significant. His role in the early 1960s, particularly in friendly and competitive matches, laid the groundwork for the success that the team would later achieve. Throughout his career, Johnny Haynes faced various challenges that tested his resilience and commitment to football. Despite his incredible skills, he wasn't immune to setbacks, with injuries posing significant hurdles along his journey. One of the major challenges came in the form of a serious car accident in 1962, which threatened to end his playing days. This incident sidelined him for months, casting doubt on his ability to return to his previous form. Yet Haynes' determination shone through. He worked tirelessly on his recovery, spending countless hours in rehabilitation to regain his fitness and skill level. Haynes' ability to overcome such adversity was not just about getting back on the field, it was about proving to himself and to the world that he could still compete at the highest level. His comeback was marked by strong performances, including leading Fulham to key victories and returning to the England national team. In Johnny Haynes' career, several moments stand out as particularly significant. One of the biggest was his decision to stay with Fulham throughout his professional playing days, despite offers from bigger clubs. His loyalty to Fulham made him a legend at the club, and he is often remembered for his commitment to the team he loved. Memorable matches also defined Haynes' career, like when he led Fulham to victory against top teams, proving his leadership and skill on the pitch. His performances in these crucial games showed his ability to rise to the occasion and influence the outcome of important matches. The decision to retire from professional football in 1970 was another key moment for Haynes. After 18 years at Fulham and numerous caps for England, he felt it was time to hang up his boots. His retirement marks the end of an era for Fulham and the many fans who admired him. After retiring, Johnny Haynes didn't completely step away from football. He was involved in coaching, sharing his knowledge and passion for the game with younger players. His experience and understanding of football made him a respected figure in coaching circles. Haynes also contributed to football through his work as a pundit and analyst, offering insights into the game he knew so well. His opinions were highly valued, given his experience and deep understanding of football tactics and strategy. Johnny Haynes' life outside of football was as rich and varied as his career on the pitch. Beyond the football field, he was a family man, deeply connected to his loved ones. He cherished the time spent with family, finding joy and comfort in the simple pleasures of home life. Haynes had interests that spanned beyond the sport he was known for. He had a keen mind for business and was involved in various ventures, showing his ability to navigate the world of finance and investment with the same strategic thought he applied to football. This aspect of his life highlighted his intelligence and adaptability, qualities that made him successful both on and off the field. His personal endeavours also reflected his broad range of interests. Johnny was known to enjoy golf, playing regularly to relax and unwind. This hobby offered him a way to stay active and competitive, enjoying the camaraderie and challenge of a different sport. Haynes faced significant challenges in his later years. Despite a life marked by athletic success, he dealt with health issues. Tragically, on October 18, 2005, Haynes died following a car accident in Edinburgh, Scotland, caused by a brain aneurysm while driving, instantaneously effectively rendering him brain dead. The vehicle veered across the road and crashed into a van. This deeply shocked the football community and fans globally. His wife, Avril, was also in the car and sustained injuries, but was in stable condition afterward. Haynes' family was with him when he passed away, highlighting the personal loss felt by those closest to him. Figures like Sir Bobby Robson and Alan Mullery reminisced about Haynes' extraordinary skill and character, highlighting his importance in football history. Robson praised Haynes as a masterful passer, while Mullery acknowledged his critical role in changing the wage system for professional footballers. Haynes' influence extended beyond the pitch, shaping football's financial landscape and leaving a legacy that resonates in the sport's modern era. Described as a gentleman and a class act, Haynes' contributions to English football and his loyalty to Fulham are celebrated, cementing his place as a beloved figure in football's annals. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and legacy of Johnny Haynes, a true football icon. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more about the legends of the game, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which football icon should we cover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and help us decide who to feature in our next video. Alan Ball Jr., a remarkable English midfielder, story portrays the heartbreaking reality of the soccer industry, which will leave you speechless. Soccer is often considered one of the richest sports careers an individual can enjoy in this world. But have you ever wondered what happens once they leave the sport? Let's take a look. Born on the 12th of May, 1945, in Farnworth, Lancashire, in England, Ball had soccer flowing through his veins. His father, James Alan Ball Sr., had been a renowned winger for clubs like Bolton Wanderers and Everton, and he was the one who encouraged his son to make his first kick as a schoolboy. Growing up in a household deeply immersed in the sport, Alan inherited a natural talent for football and gathered crucial insights from his father, who was also a mentor for the kid. It was not so long before Alan knew about the strategies, rules and techniques of the game more than any of his friends. His soccer career started with the team of Ashton United, which his father managed. Alan learned and demonstrated exceptional skills and determination with the ball on the local pitches of Lancashire, catching the eyes of everyone. However, soccer would directly impact his studies. In fact, one day he fell out with his headmaster for missing the games for his school team due to his signing for Wolverhampton Wanderers. As a result, Ball left Farnworth Grammar with no qualifications, but once he left his school, Wolves decided not to take him in the team. He then started training with Bolton Wanderers, but they too did not take him in, as the manager Bill Wright considered him too small. This was a tough time for the kid, you know. He had already left school for the sport, but now was unable to climb the steps any further. He wanted to play more and more, but without a professional contract, nothing was going to work. That's when his father called in a favour with the coach of Blackpool, who was a friend of his during their early career. In return, Ball was given a trial in September 1961 and immediately signed up as an apprentice due to his performance, and that's how his magnificent soccer career, which would inspire hundreds of people around the world, started. Alan made his debut for the team of Blackpool in May 1962 against the team of Liverpool in a 2-1 victory. During his debut, Alan was aged just 17 years and 98 days, which made him the youngest league debutant for his team back then. Alan constantly contributed to the success of Blackpool with his midfield playmaking and tactical skills on the field. Demonstrating unstoppable energy and tactical acumen, he rose as one of England's best midfielders of his time. His amazing hat-trick against Fulham in 1964 is a perfect demonstration of his abilities and determination. During the 1966 World Cup, when England claimed their first FIFA trophy, Alan's contribution was widely appreciated by many sports experts and pundits. His reputation as a key midfield player solidified with his energetic movements, tactical plays, and precise passing skills, attracting different high-class clubs before the 19-year-old. Do you remember the 1966 World Cup, the winning moments when the English players received the trophy from the Queen? It was a moment to remember, right? Hit the subscribe button in the memory of that great finale. Coming back to the topic, Alan received multiple contracts from different teams after his performance in the World Cup. Eventually, he was sold to Everton for a massive fee of €112,000, which was a record transfer for any English club at that time. During his time in Everton, Alan emerged as one of the best midfielder trios alongside Colin Harvey and Howard Kendall. The three players are still affectionately referred to as the Holy Trinity. Alan stayed in Everton for a tenure of 5 years, during which he played a very crucial role in the rise of the club as one of the leading clubs in the league games and the 1970 Football League champions as well. In his 208 games for the club, Alan scored 66 magnificent goals, which only enhanced his reputation as a great midfielder. At just the age of 26, Ball was already regarded as one of the best midfielders in England, and he was flying through the skies on a high. He was transferred to Arsenal in December 1971, again for a record amount of €220,000. However, Arsenal didn't turn out to be the best place for Ball, as he constantly missed his games due to injuries, and the regular team was dismantled due to their poor performances. Although Ball remained as one of the quality players in the new side, his injuries had made him look a bit slower, a bit easier and a bit softer. After appearing in 217 games for Arsenal, Ball scored 52 goals and then was signed up by Southampton. Ball also returned to his former club Blackpool in February 1980 as a player manager for the team. However, things did not turn out well for either Blackpool or Allen, and the contract was terminated in 1981 amidst heated circumstances. It wasn't a very happy moment for Ball. He had joined the club of Blackpool with so much enthusiasm and had failed to perform up to his expectations. However, a bigger moment of sadness and grief came for him in 1982 when his father died in a car crash in Cyprus. His mentor was gone, and now he had no one to seek guidance from as he used to do before. In such harsh situations, his wife Leslie and the other members of the family consoled him and supported him, giving him power and strength. Soon, Ball resumed his managerial career at Portsmouth in 1984, and this turned out to be a huge success. Under his management, Portsmouth even got promoted to the top flight in 1987. However, his personality clash with the club's chairman Jim Gregory made him leave the club in 1989. Ball also served as a manager for other clubs like Stoke City, Southampton, and Manchester City. But it didn't turn out very great for him, so he retired in 1999 at the age of 54, leaving football once and for all. Now coming to his personal life. Allen lived a rather sad and sorry personal life. On one hand, when the English midfielder was playing with his opponents on the field, he struggled to find happiness off the field as his beloved wife and youngest daughter were both diagnosed with major illnesses. His wife, Leslie, whom he married on the 21st of May 1967, had been suffering from ovarian cancer, which is one of the most dreadful diseases of all. It takes too much of your strength, your resilience, and physical endurance to fight this battle. But still, Leslie fought very bravely for a period 3 years before she passed away in 2004 at the age of 57. With Leslie gone, Allen's life became dark, and a series of unforgettable struggles started for him. Living a sad and lonely life, Allen remained in their family home in Warsash in the company of his childhood friend Valerie Beach. The player who not once but twice made the record for the most expensive signings in English clubs back then was now struggling with financial problems, and these weren't those rich man problems, like he couldn't afford to go to clubs and all. He faced real problems where he found it difficult to even feed his family. You can only imagine the depth of Allen's financial problem by knowing that he had to sell his World Cup winners' medal and commemorative tournament cap in order to gather money and raise his kids. When asked about this decision of his, he answered, "They are just trinkets that take up space. I don't think I've even looked at them for years. My memories of the World Cup are more important than those things to me, and my family are even more important." Ball's life is a clear example for all of us that no matter how our present is, the future can always change, from bad to good and from good to bad too, but we shouldn't frighten ourselves and lose hope. If we really want to feed our family or fulfill whatever important needs we have, we can find a way. Allen's life after retirement was a very sad life that no one can hope for, especially for a soccer player like he was. With his wife gone and the huge financial crisis he was facing, he was broken. And finally, the unfortunate moment came, and Ball left us in 2007. During that morning, Allen was attempting to put out a blaze in his garden that had started when a bonfire reignited heavily, and he faced a sudden heart attack, and he left the world for good at the age of 61. With his death, Allen left behind a glorifying legacy that has been inspiring hundreds of soccer fans and young players all around the world to be as great a player and human as he was. With each of his games, Ball taught us how to be disciplined, determined and resilient. Allen's funeral was held in Winchester Cathedral, and his colleagues, rivals and fans, everyone joined the occasion to pay him the tribute he deserved. The flat cap that he had become well known for wearing was placed on top of his coffin to pay him respect. Today, Sir Alan Ball Jr. May not be with us, but his life has been a perfect example of the reality of life for all of us. The ups and downs he faced during his lifetime, both personal and professional, could have broken any man easily. But Ball kept fighting, as if it was a World Cup final, and he had to be there. Lastly, as we come to the end of the video, we should learn the value of human resilience and how it can help us achieve greatness despite the uncertainties of our personal lives. Alan Ball's contribution to the England team is undeniable, and he keeps on inspiring generations of players and fans alike. Hit the subscribe button if this inspiring story of Sir Alan Ball Jr. has touched you. We keep bringing such thoughtful videos regularly, so make sure you stay tuned. George Best unknowingly became the legend with Devil's Horns, a football genius who was also an alcoholic, a wife-beater and a thief. This is the complicated reality of Best. Born on May 22, 1946 in Northern Ireland, George was the first child of Richard Best and Anne Withers. Growing up in a family deeply rooted in the Free Presbyterian faith and the Orange Order, young George would even carry the banner strings at local lodge events, which he was really proud of. School-wise, George was pretty sharp. He passed the 11+ exam in 1957 and went to Grosvenor High School at first, but it wasn't for him since they were all about rugby, so he switched to Lisnashara Secondary School, which let him focus more on football and hang out with his old pals. He even played for the Cregor Boys Club and was a fan of Glentoran and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, here's when things became interesting. When he was just 15, a Manchester United scout named Bob Bishop spotted him. Bishop was so impressed that he sent a telegram to the manager saying he might have found a genius. Before this, his local club, Glentoran, had turned him down for being too small. But anyway, Manchester United gave him a trial and he was in, although initially it was tough. George got homesick pretty fast and dashed back to Northern Ireland after just 2 days. However, he didn't give up. He moved back to Manchester and stuck it out for 2 years as an amateur. Since he couldn't sign on as an apprentice due to the rules about Northern Irish players, he worked as an errand boy on the Manchester Ship Canal, squeezing in training sessions with the club twice a week. Best quickly became famous for his impressive and skillful goals. In his second year at United, he helped the team win the league championship and led them to win another in the 1966-67 season. George made his first big splash in the world of football at 17, debuting for Manchester United in a match against West Bromwich Albion, which they won 1-0. Though he returned to the reserves briefly, his talent was undeniable, and soon he was scoring his first goals for the senior team. Under the guidance of Matt Busby, George quickly became a key player for Manchester United. His first full season saw him scoring 14 goals and helping the team clinch the league title. And just like that, he became a star the football world could never get enough of. George Best's journey to stardom and fame kicked off dramatically when, at just 19, he scored 2 crucial goals against Benfica in a European Cup match. That night at the Estadio da Luz, he wasn't just a young footballer, he became a superstar. His phenomenal performance earned him the nickname the Fifth Beatle from the impressed Portuguese media. George also had an uncanny ability to captivate fans and media, very often finding himself the subject of headlines not just on the sports pages, but the front pages too. Now, career-wise, the 1966-67 season saw George at his best, helping Manchester United clinch the league title. In 1968, he was named European Footballer of the Year and played a key role in Manchester United becoming the first English club to win the European Cup. Overall, in his career with United, Best scored 178 goals in 466 games. He was, of course, loved by everyone, and almost everyone knew he would be remembered as a legend in history. But George Best's career was as controversial as it was brilliant. Despite his magical performances on the field, he faced many challenges, including injuries and disputes with the club management. These issues, compounded by his lifestyle off the pitch, led to many brief retirements and eventually his final step away from professional football in the early 1980s. You know, George wasn't just a footballer, he was a showman. His style of play was electrifying, often riding tackles and weaving through defences with a grace that made it look all too easy. Yet, his life outside football was marked by high-profile adventures and controversies, which often overshadowed his sporting achievements. He has too many controversies covered under his name, which of course I'm going to discuss in detail, but if I'm being honest, he wasn't always like this. He was once a sweet boy. In his early days at Old Trafford, Best was a shy young player, spending his free time quietly in snooker halls. However, as he rose to fame, his persona transformed dramatically. He became known for his stylish long hair and good looks, which he complemented with an extravagant lifestyle, even appearing on the popular show Top of the Pops in 1965. George Best was pretty relaxed about money, once joking he spent it all on booze, birds and fast cars. But his life was tough due to alcoholism, leading to many personal and legal problems. His struggles with addiction were well known and resulted in various controversies, including a time in jail for drunk driving and a robbery charge. In 2002, he had a liver transplant funded by the NHS, which raised concerns because he was still drinking. George's personal life was also rocky, with several failed marriages and issues with domestic violence that often made the news more than his football skills. He had a few legal troubles too, like arrests for drunk driving, assault and theft. The most significant was in 1984, when he went to prison for 3 months for drunk driving and hitting a police officer. These events are all recorded in court documents and news reports from the time. But hey, an addiction is an addiction. You can't simply get rid of it because you were given a 3-month-long prison sentence. And that's exactly what happened here. But before we get into the details, please make sure to subscribe to our channel for more such videos and also give a thumbs up if you like our tribute to this legend. Now back to Best. George Best continued to struggle with alcohol and was often seen at his local pub in Surbiton, London. On October 3, 2005, he was taken to Cromwell Hospital in London with a serious kidney infection caused by medication he was taking to protect his transplanted liver. By October 27th, news reports said he was very ill and had said goodbye to his family and friends. His close friends, including famous footballers Rodney Marsh, Bobby Charlton and Denis Law, came to see him one last time. Sadly, on November 20th, a newspaper published a photo of Best in the hospital, looking very sick, with a warning about the dangers of alcohol. He passed away on November 25th at age 59 due to a lung infection and organ failure. As a tribute to this legend, the Premier League held a minute's silence before games the weekend after he died, but fans clapped instead to honour him. Throughout his career, Best had moments of decline where his off-field issues affected his performance and relationship with the club, but every so often he would return to the field and remind everyone of his unmatched talent. His legacy isn't just about the goals or the games won. It's also about the sheer excitement he brought to football. All in all, George Best's story is a real mix of spectacular highs and serious lows. He started as a young talent from Northern Ireland and quickly became a football legend. On the pitch, he was amazing. Every move he made was exciting and he had a knack for making defenders look silly. People loved watching him play because he brought a special kind of magic to the game. But off the field, George's life was pretty rocky. He struggled with drinking and other personal issues that got him into trouble more than once. These problems overshadowed his football skills at times and led to a lot of ups and downs in his career. Despite all that, George Best is remembered for the incredible joy he brought to football. He had this way of lighting up the game that few others have matched. Even with the struggles he faced, his impact on the sport is undeniable. He left behind some unforgettable moments that football fans still talk about. So, even though his life had its rough patches, George Best will always be seen as one of the greats in football, someone who made the game more thrilling every time he stepped onto the field. Francis Lee, the Manchester City legend, fought more than just defenders on the pitch. His greatest battle was a hidden struggle against an ugly disease that buried him 6 feet under the ground. This is the story of one of the saddest cancer battles in football history. Francis Lee, born on April 29, 1944 in Westhoughton, Lancashire, England, had a childhood filled with passion for football. Growing up in a working-class family, he kicked his first ball around the streets of his hometown. Football was more than just a game for young Francis, it was his dream. In his early years, Lee showed exceptional talent and dedication on the pitch. He played for local youth teams, polishing his skills and catching the eye of scouts. Despite facing challenges such as limited resources and tough competition, Francis remained determined to pursue his passion for football. As soon as he entered his teenage years, Francis's talent became undeniable. He joined Bolton Wanderers, his hometown club, as a youth player. His natural ability, combined with hard work and perseverance, quickly propelled him through the ranks. Francis Lee's journey through English football clubs is quite a story. It all started when he was just 16 at Bolton Wanderers. He teamed up with Nat Lofthouse and showed he was good at scoring goals, even when Bolton got moved down a league. He did really well, especially in the 1964-65 season when he scored 23 goals, but the big moment came when he joined Manchester City. The manager, Joe Mercer, signed him in 1967 for a lot of money. Lee became a key player and helped City win important games, like the one that got them the league title. He kept on doing great, winning the FA Cup in 1969 and scoring an amazing goal in 1970. Lee wasn't just good at regular play, he also set a record for scoring the most penalties in a season in 1971-72. But some people didn't like the way he played because they thought he sometimes dived to get penalties. Even so, he made a big difference on the field, especially in games against Manchester United. After leaving City, Lee went to Derby County in 1974. His time there was full of action, including a famous fight with Norman Hunter from Leeds United. But despite the ups and downs, Lee kept scoring goals, helping Derby win the league in 1974-75. In 1976, Lee retired from football after scoring 2 goals in his last game for Derby against Ipswich Town. With 30 goals in 80 games for Derby, Lee left behind a legacy of skill, controversy and unforgettable moments on the football field. Lee's achievements on the football field didn't go unnoticed. His exceptional goal-scoring record and leadership qualities earned him recognition both domestically and internationally. He represented England at the highest level, showcasing his talent on the international stage. Coming to his personal life. Lee and his wife Barbara had a strong marriage that was like a solid foundation for him. They were blessed with 3 children, Gary, Tracy and Charlotte. Even though Lee kept his family life private, some little things give us an idea of it. Lee's success in business later might have come from his determination to take care of his family well. On the field, Lee was known for his bite-to-your-legs style, but at home things were probably more gentle and encouraging. Even though we don't know many details about how he interacted with his wife and kids, it's clear that they were always there to support and motivate him in his big dreams and career. Lee's story shows us that having a strong family behind you can make a big difference in life. Even when things get tough, knowing you have people who believe in you can keep you going. Lee's love for his family was a driving force that helped him succeed, both on and off the field. After his days on the pitch, Lee switched gears and dove into the world of business. He started FH Lee Ltd, a company that made toilet paper. Fun fact, Peter Kay, the famous comedian, once worked there and even talked about it in his autobiography, The Sound of Laughter. In 1994, Lee made a big move and became the chairman of Manchester City. He basically took over from Peter Swales by buying a bunch of shares for $3 million. And City fans were over the moon about this and formed a group called Forward with Franny to support him. When he took charge, he made some pretty big promises, like saying City would be the happiest club ever. He even talked about players getting paid top dollar and everyone partying with champagne. But things didn't quite go to plan. In 1995, he picked his pal Alan Ball to be the manager, but that turned out to be a bit of a flop. City ended up getting relegated, which means they dropped down a league, and just before the club was about to hit rock bottom, Lee stepped down in 1998. He had joked before that if City ever got relegated, he'd jump off the Kippax, which is probably a grandstand or something. Luckily, he didn't have to make good on that promise. After leaving City, Lee kept himself busy. He had a stint as a racehorse trainer. Some of the horses he trained, like Sir Harry Hardman, were pretty notable, but eventually he decided to hang up his horse training hat in 1996 to focus more on his business ventures. So far so good, right? But when everything seems picture perfect, there's always a terror lurking in the background. This terror for this football legend was cancer. The fight against cancer is often described as a tough and long journey, full of physical, emotional, and mental challenges. For Francis Lee, this journey was no different. He went through tough treatments like chemotherapy and radiation therapy, all while dealing with the uncertainties and fears that come with a life-threatening illness. Despite the hard effects of his treatment, Lee stayed strong, finding strength from his family, friends, and the unwavering support of the football community. His bravery and determination inspired many, showing that even when things are tough, you can keep going. Now, if you know someone who has had cancer before, you would know how devastating it is to even go through that. Throughout his battle with cancer, Lee stayed involved with the sport he loved, despite his physical limits. He stayed connected with Manchester City, giving advice and support to the club he cared about. His presence gave hope and showed that people can do amazing things, even in hard times. Sadly, on 2nd October 2023, Francis Lee lost his battle with cancer. He left behind a legacy that will be remembered for a long time. His passing was mourned not only by Manchester City fans, but by football fans all over the world who appreciated his big impact on the sport. The sad news of Francis Lee passing away on October 2nd, 2023, shook up the football community. People from all corners, teammates, rivals, and fans poured out their heartfelt tributes. They remembered him not just for his amazing skills on the field, but also for his incredible determination. To honour him, Manchester City lowered their flags, players wore black bands around their arms, and a moment of silence was held before their next game. Football stadiums all over England joined in, showing respect for Lee, showing how much he meant to the game. You see, Francis Lee wasn't just a great player, he was a trailblazer, a successful businessman, and a symbol of never giving up. His goals, the times he stirred up controversy, and his brave fight against cancer will always be remembered in the history of football. Even though cancer took Francis Lee's life, he still inspires us. His story shows us that even when things seem impossible, people can keep going. This is a lesson not just for sick people, but for everyone dealing with tough times. Francis Lee may not be playing football anymore, but he'll always be remembered. Every cheer from the crowd, every exciting goal, and every strong tackle reminds us of his enduring spirit. In his honour, let us not mourn his passing, but celebrate his life and the impact he had on the beautiful game. Let us carry forward his legacy of resilience and perseverance, embodying the same fighting spirit that defined Francis Lee's life. And so, as we bid farewell to one of football's true legends, let us remember his words, his deeds, and the everlasting mark he left on the sport we love. Francis Lee may have lost his battle with cancer, but his spirit lives on, a guiding light for us all. Let's keep his spirit alive by spreading awareness and supporting those in need. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on more inspiring stories like Francis Lee's. Thank you for joining us on this journey. See you in the next one. Take care. Ray Kennedy was a football legend, a force of nature on the pitch for both Arsenal and Liverpool, but his brilliant career was cut short by a devastating disease. This is the story of how Parkinson's disease destroyed Ray Kennedy's career. Ray Kennedy, as we all know, was a football legend, and he had quite the journey before his glory days on the pitch. Born on July 28, 1951 in Seaton Delaval, Northumberland, England, Ray's early life was marked by a love for the beautiful game. Growing up in the northeast of England, football was like a second language to Ray. He kicked his first ball around at a tender age, honing his skills on the streets with his friends. From those humble beginnings, Ray's passion for the sport only grew stronger. Despite his talent, Ray faced many challenges. The first one being he struggled with dyslexia, a learning difference that made school very tough for him. But on the football field, he found comfort and success. His natural ability caught the eye of local coaches who saw his potential and nurtured his talent. At just 15, Ray signed with Port Vale, which turned out to be a momentous step in his budding career. It was the start of his journey into professional football. At such a young age, Ray dedicated himself to the game, training hard and refining his skills. His determination paid off when he made his debut for Port Vale's first team in 1968, marking the beginning of his ascent in the football world. Sure, Ray's time at Port Vale was very brief, but it was impactful. His performances caught the attention of bigger clubs, and in 1971, he made the move to Arsenal. This transfer marked a turning point in Ray's career. Under the guidance of legendary manager Bertie Mee, Ray flourished, showcasing his versatility and skill on the field. Kennedy's rise at Arsenal wasn't instant, though. He initially played as a striker, but his true potential shone when he transformed into a powerful midfielder. During his time with Arsenal, he was a key piece of their legendary 1970-71 season, where they won both the League Championship and the FA Cup. Moving on. In 1974, Kennedy made a big move to Liverpool FC. This transfer marked a new era of success. At Liverpool, manager Bob Paisley famously converted Kennedy into a highly effective left-sided midfielder. This strategic move allowed Kennedy to utilize his physical strength, intelligent movement, and superb passing. It was a decision that would change the trajectory of his career and cement his place in football history. Kennedy's contribution to Liverpool was immense. He formed a strong partnership with Alan Hansen, Phil Neal, and Graeme Souness, becoming a crucial cog in one of the most dominant teams in English football history. During his time at Anfield, Kennedy lifted 5 First Division titles, 3 European Cups, a UEFA Cup, a League Cup, and 4 FA Charity Shields. His goal in the 1981 European Cup final against Real Madrid underlined his legacy as a player who rose to the occasion in the biggest games. With Liverpool, he conquered the English League 5 times. He was also part of the team that claimed 3 European Cup victories in 1977, 1978, and 1981. And everything seemed like a cakewalk for him, but something terrible was yet to come. But before we talk about how Ray's career ended, let's take a moment to appreciate how he was strong, tall, and had a booming left-foot shot. Ray's physicality and eye for goal made him a nightmare for defenders. However, when he moved to Liverpool, his game evolved. Despite his size, Ray wasn't known for his speed. Instead, he had incredible composure on the ball and a wonderful first touch. He could control even the trickiest of passes with ease. His movements often seemed relaxed, almost in slow motion, yet there was a purpose in every step. Sadly, his career ended when he was still very young. At only 35 years old, Ray Kennedy was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Parkinson's disease attacks a person's nervous system. It gradually impacts the way a person moves. It can cause tremors, slow movement, stiff muscles, and problems with balance. And for someone whose life centered on athleticism and movement, this was a devastating diagnosis for Kennedy. And on top of that, Ray Kennedy noticed some symptoms long before his diagnosis. Sometimes his arm and leg would move subtly in ways he didn't want. He was also more tired and less energetic than usual. Sadly, it took a long time for doctors to connect these early signs with Parkinson's disease. Now, to be more exact, Kennedy found out he had Parkinson's disease in 1984, but instead of hiding away, he bravely decided to raise awareness about it. He even let people use his picture to help spread the word. His involvement with the Parkinson's Disease Society led to a special moment where he got to meet his hero, Muhammad Ali. Pretty cool, right? But unfortunately, his soccer career was destroyed. After his soccer career, Kennedy got involved in coaching, even working with the Sunderland team for a while. But things weren't always smooth sailing for him. In 1987, his marriage hit a rough patch, and sadly, his wife left him when he tried punching her right in the face. It was a tough time for Kennedy, who struggled with infidelity and other problems in their marriage. They even had 2 kids together, Cara and Dale. All these were tough tests for Ray, but kept living life to the fullest. Kennedy was known for his hard work and his partying. His friends from his playing days remembered him as a quiet guy who attracted a lot of attention from women. But life wasn't all fun and games for Kennedy. He lost his license to run a business, and his medicine wasn't working as well as it used to. He felt isolated and had to rely on help from the Professional Footballers Association to pay for his medical bills. Things took a turn for the worse in 1992 when Kennedy started feeling paranoid. It was mostly because of the side effects of his medicine, but a short stay in the hospital helped him get back on track. He didn't let his illness stop him from sharing his story, though. In 1993, he wrote a book called Ray of Hope with the help of Dr. Andrew Lees, who treated him for Parkinson's. Money became tight for Kennedy, so he had to sell some of his soccer medals and caps to make ends meet. By 2002, he was living alone in a small bungalow, feeling lonely and experiencing hallucinations because of his condition and medication. But then, a kind gesture from a Liverpool fan changed things. They bought him a computer, which helped him connect with other soccer fans online. Throughout his journey, Kennedy kept his legacy alive. Today, I can proudly say that Kennedy was a versatile and technically gifted player, known for his exceptional first-touch, close control and ability to deliver pinpoint passes. He possessed a ferocious shot and could also find the net with well-placed headers, demonstrating his all-around attacking prowess. These attributes, combined with his work ethic and determination, made him a nightmare for opposition defences. Beyond his on-field brilliance, Kennedy was a beloved figure off the pitch. His teammates and fans admired his down-to-earth personality and wry sense of humour. His courage and determination in battling Parkinson's disease in his later years inspired many, demonstrating the same strength of character that he showed throughout his football career. Ray Kennedy passed away in 2021, leaving an enduring legacy in the world of football. His achievements on the field and admirable personal qualities ensured his place as one of the game's greats. The legend of Ray Kennedy, the clinical striker turned midfield maestro, will continue to be celebrated by fans for generations to come. Ray Kennedy's journey from the streets of Seaton Delaval to the pinnacle of football was one of grit and glory, but it was also marked by a cruel twist of fate. Parkinson's disease cut short his illustrious career, leaving behind a legacy of both triumph and tragedy. Despite his early struggles with dyslexia and the challenges of professional football, Kennedy's talent shone brightly on the pitch. His move from Port Vale to Arsenal and then to Liverpool marked him as a true footballing great. His skill, versatility, and dedication were unmatched. As we remember Ray Kennedy, let's honour his legacy by spreading awareness about Parkinson's disease. Together, we can support research and help those affected by this condition. Check out the link in the description below to learn more and make a difference. Ray Kennedy may have left us, but his spirit lives on, reminding us all to cherish every moment and never give up, no matter the odds. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. See you in the next one. Welcome to the story of Roger Hunt, a football icon who played a huge part in England's team and became a star at Liverpool. We'll explore his amazing career and how he left a big mark on the sport. But Roger's life wasn't just about success on the field. He also faced tough battles, including serious health issues like Alzheimer's and vascular dementia later in life. This story is about the highs and lows of a true football icon. Roger Hunt was born in Romford, Essex, a place not far from London, in a time just after World War II. This was an era where life was tough for many, but it also brought people together, especially through their love for football. Roger grew up in a family that loved the game, and this is where his own passion for football started to grow. From a young age, Roger was always seen with a football at his feet, playing in the local parks and streets. Despite the challenges of those times, like less money and simple living conditions, these were the moments that shaped his early connection with football. His family, particularly his parents, supported his love for the game, taking him to watch professional matches, which was a big deal for a young boy dreaming of becoming a football star. Living in post-war England, Roger experienced a country rebuilding itself, and this environment taught him important values like hard work, resilience, and teamwork. These values not only helped him in daily life, but also moulded him into the footballer he would become. Roger's early life in Romford wasn't just about playing football. It was about falling in love with the game, learning from each match he watched, and dreaming big. This foundation laid in his hometown, supported by his family's encouragement and the spirit of the times, set Roger on his path to becoming one of football's greatest talents. Roger Hunt's journey into professional football was marked by significant challenges, particularly skepticism over his small stature, as physical presence was highly valued in football. However, his undeniable talent and passion for the game quickly shone through. Playing for his local team initially, Roger's knack for scoring goals and his intelligent gameplay made him stand out. His turning point came when Liverpool recognised his potential and brought him into their fold. Under the tutelage of Bill Shankly, a football visionary known for his ability to develop talent, Roger's skills flourished. Shankly's mentorship was pivotal, helping him to hone his strengths and understand the intricacies of playing at a professional level. At Liverpool, Roger was known for his exemplary work ethic, often being the first to arrive and the last to leave training sessions. This dedication paid off as he seamlessly adapted to the higher pace and stronger competition, quickly becoming a crucial player for the team. His ability to score goals and his understanding of the game transformed Liverpool's playing dynamics, making them a stronger and more confident team. Roger's early days at Liverpool were not just about personal growth. They were instrumental in shaping the team's success. His transition from a doubted newcomer to a key player showcased how perseverance and talent can overcome initial skepticism, setting the stage for his legendary status in football. As Roger Hunt's career at Liverpool progressed, he started to make a real name for himself. He wasn't just another player on the team, he became a key figure, someone who could change the outcome of a game with his skill and effort. His journey from a new player to a star striker was filled with memorable moments and key performances that showed just how good he was. One of the standout aspects of Roger's game was his goal-scoring ability. He had a natural talent for being in the right place at the right time, making it look easy to score goals. This knack for finding the net in crucial matches helped Liverpool win many games, earning Roger a special place in the hearts of the fans. Roger's role in the team was about more than just scoring goals. He was also a team player. He worked hard not only to improve his own game, but also to help his teammates play better. This attitude made him not just a star in the eyes of the supporters, but also a respected figure among his peers. In 1966, Roger Hunt became a national hero in England. This was the year when England hosted the World Cup, a huge football tournament that brought teams from all over the world to compete for the championship. Roger played a critical role in England's team during this tournament, showing his amazing skills in scoring goals and helping the team win matches. Roger's performances in the World Cup were outstanding. He scored important goals that helped England move forward in the tournament. His ability to be in the right place at the right time and to stay calm under pressure was crucial for the team. These qualities were especially important in big matches, where a single goal could make the difference between winning and losing. The 1966 World Cup was a defining moment in Roger Hunt's career. When England reached the final and played against West Germany, it was a tense and exciting match. England's victory, with a final score of 4-2, made them the world champions, and Roger was a key part of that success. His contributions throughout the tournament were vital in bringing the trophy home. This victory had a huge impact on English football. It was the first time England had won the World Cup, and it made the players, including Roger, national heroes. The win brought joy and pride to the country and changed the way football was viewed in England. For Roger Hunt, being part of the team that won the World Cup was the highlight of his career. It elevated his status from a star at Liverpool to a legend in English football. This triumph not only celebrated his goal-scoring talents, but also honoured his commitment to the sport and his country. Roger Hunt's football career is distinguished by remarkable achievements, both at the club level with Liverpool and internationally with England. Playing for Liverpool from 1958 to 1969, Hunt appeared in over 400 matches and scored an impressive 285 goals, making him one of the club's all-time leading scorers. His knack for finding the back of the net was crucial to Liverpool's success, helping them secure multiple league titles during the 1960s, including the First Division Championships in 1963-64 and 1965-66, and an FA Cup victory in 1965. On the international stage, Hunt's contributions were equally significant. He earned 34 caps for England and scored 18 goals, playing a vital role in the national team's success. His performance in the 1966 World Cup was particularly outstanding, where he scored 3 goals in the tournament, helping England to their historic win. This achievement secured his place as a national hero and cemented his legacy in English football. Throughout his career, Hunt's talent and hard work were recognised with numerous awards and honours, while individual accolades such as goal-scoring titles and match awards highlighted his personal contributions. His induction into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2006 stands as a testament to his enduring impact on the sport. Roger Hunt's career statistics and the trophies he helped secure reflect not just a successful career, but a legacy that spans generations. His ability to perform consistently at the highest level, coupled with his contributions to one of English football's most memorable moments, makes his career one to be celebrated and remembered in the annals of football history. Throughout his career, Roger Hunt faced several challenges and adversities, including the pressure of professional football and the physical demands of the game. Like many players of his era, he encountered injuries that tested his resilience and determination. Despite these setbacks, Hunt's commitment to maintaining a high-performance level never wavered. His ability to overcome these obstacles showcased not only his physical strength, but also his mental fortitude, helping him to remain a key player for Liverpool and the England national team. One of the most significant, life-changing moments for Hunt was his decision to retire from professional football in 1972. After an illustrious career at Liverpool and brief stints with other clubs, including Bolton Wanderers, Hunt chose to hang up his boots, marking the end of an era for himself and the sport. This decision was influenced by a combination of age, the natural decline in athletic performance, and a desire to pursue new avenues in life. Retirement from professional play marked a transition to a different phase of his life, one where he could reflect on his achievements and impact on the game. After retiring from active play, Roger Hunt didn't leave the world of football behind. He continued to contribute to the sport, albeit in different roles. While he didn't take on high-profile coaching positions, his experience and knowledge were invaluable in supporting local football initiatives and promoting the sport's development at the grassroots level. Roger Hunt's life outside of football was rich and fulfilling, marked by close relationships, family values, and diverse interests. He was known for being a private person, yet those who knew him spoke of his warmth, generosity, and down-to-earth nature. Family played a central role in Roger's life. He was not only a football legend, but also a devoted husband and father. His family provided him with stability and support, which were crucial in balancing the pressures and demands of professional football. Hunt's home life was filled with love and care, qualities he valued deeply and which grounded him away from the public eye. Beyond his family, Roger had a variety of interests that kept him engaged and active. He was passionate about golf, often found playing in charity events or enjoying a round with friends and former teammates. This hobby provided him with relaxation and a different competitive outlet from football. Hunt was also an avid follower of horse racing and even owned a few racehorses over the years. This interest in horse racing was another aspect of his life where he could channel his competitive spirit and love for sports. In his quieter moments, Roger appreciated the simple pleasures of life, like reading and spending time in nature. He enjoyed the countryside, finding peace and tranquility away from the bustling football stadiums and training grounds. Later in life, Roger Hunt faced significant health challenges, struggling with Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia, conditions impacting memory, thinking, and social abilities. These issues are especially significant in light of discussions about the long-term effects of head injuries in football and the potential links to neurodegenerative diseases. Hunt's battle with these conditions, leading to his passing in 2021, was not just a personal struggle, but also part of a broader dialogue on player safety in football. His family played a pivotal role in this, advocating for greater awareness and research into the link between football and brain injuries. They aimed to highlight the need for improved safety measures and for football's governing bodies to address the sport-associated risks. Their advocacy efforts have heightened awareness of the risks faced by footballers and underscored the need for ongoing research and policy changes to ensure player safety. This has sparked important discussions about health and safety in sports, advocating for changes to protect player well-being in the future. Roger Hunt was not just a football legend, he was a man of great character and leadership, On the field, he was known for his remarkable goal-scoring ability and work ethic, while off it, he showed humility and a passion for mentoring younger players. His legacy in English football is immense, reflecting his contributions to Liverpool's success and England's 1966 World Cup victory. Even after facing health challenges, Hunt's influence remains strong, inspiring future generations with his dedication and resilience. As we remember Roger Hunt, we celebrate him not only as a football icon, but as a person who left a lasting mark on the sport and its community. The football world mourns the loss of Sir Bobby Charlton, a luminary whose legacy transcends the boundaries of sport. At 86 years old, Charlton's passing marks the end of an era, not only for England, but for the global football community. Renowned as arguably England's greatest footballer, Charlton's career is studded with remarkable achievements and moments of sheer brilliance. But what did his children reveal about him? Bobby Charlton's early life in Ashington, a rugged coal town in Northumberland, was steeped in football legacy and local lore. Born into a family with deep football roots, including the legendary Jackie Milburn as a cousin, Charlton's path seemed destined for the beautiful game. His childhood was filled with tales and influences from his football-playing uncles and the tough, enduring spirit of his minor father, known as Boxer, for his prowess in bare-knuckle fighting. Life in Beatrice Street was a mix of hardship and communal joy, where the slaughtering of a pig was a community event, and the scarcity of coal in a coal-rich town led families to gather sea coal from the beaches. This environment, marked by toughness and resourcefulness, shaped Charlton's early understanding of life's rigours and rewards. With his brother Jack, future fellow World Cup winner, Charlton experienced the joys of local football, idolising stars like Stanley Matthews and dreaming of emulating their footballing feats. Despite the local pull of Newcastle United, advice from family and the promise of a burgeoning career led him to look beyond, with Manchester City and Manchester United showing keen interest. Charlton's choice to join Manchester United under Matt Busby was pivotal. It was at Old Trafford, amidst a revolution in English football led by Busby's focus on style and youth, that Charlton found his second home and a new family in his teammates. His awe of Duncan Edwards, another prodigious talent at United, underscored the high standards he set for himself, blending ambition with the humility characteristic of his personality. This backdrop of Charlton's early life, with its blend of local tradition, family influence, and the formative touch of football, set the stage for his ascent in the world of football. His journey from the coal town of Ashington to the heights of international football is a testament to the enduring spirit of a boy who was born to grace the game with his extraordinary talent and character. Charlton's journey in football is storied, characterised by a blend of natural talent and an extraordinary life that saw him become a beacon of the beautiful game. With a career spanning 17 years in Manchester United's first team and a record of 758 appearances and 249 goals, his contribution to the club is monumental. His trophy cabinet, filled with 3 league titles, an FA Cup and a European Cup, speaks volumes of his success on the pitch. Beyond the club accolades, Charlton was a national icon, crowned England's Footballer of the Year in 1966, the same year he was named European Footballer of the Year. His international career was illustrious, with 106 caps and 49 goals, embodying the spirit and passion of English football. The pinnacle of his career was undoubtedly the 1966 World Cup victory, a triumph he shared with his brother Jack, etching both their names into football immortality. However, what truly set Charlton apart was the manner in which he played the game. He epitomised a rare combination of dynamism and elegance, pairing physical power with a finesse that made his style of play captivating. Charlton's on-field performances were a spectacle of explosive shots and graceful athleticism, often celebrated with his trademark modesty and sportsmanship. Sir Bobby Charlton was more than a footballer. He was a symbol of the values and integrity often associated with English football and culture. His fame extended beyond the shores of the UK, making the name Bobby Charlton a globally recognised emblem of footballing excellence. Manchester United's tribute to Charlton upon his passing reflects the profound impact he had, not just on the club, but on the sport as a whole. The footballing world has indeed lost one of its brightest stars, a legend whose legacy will continue to inspire future generations. Sir Bobby Charlton's name will forever resonate as a testament to the beautiful game and the remarkable life he led both on and off the pitch. Bobby Charlton's legacy extends far beyond his footballing prowess. He was a man of deep substance, shaped by profound experiences that transcended the realm of sport. His journey was one marked not just by his exceptional talent on the field, but by the serious life events he encountered, particularly the Munich air disaster. The shadow of the Munich air disaster loomed large over Bobby Charlton's life and career, an event that profoundly changed him at the tender age of 20. Under Matt Busby's visionary leadership, Manchester United had embraced the European stage, setting them on a tragic path to that fateful refuelling stop in Munich. The aftermath of the disaster saw Charlton grappling with a complex tapestry of emotions, from fleeting brushes with happiness to overwhelming waves of regret, sadness, and guilt. His children often referred to this event as it changed his life and mindset completely. The rapid return to football, just 3 weeks post-tragedy, starkly contrasts with today's understanding of trauma and the necessity for healing time. Charlton's journey back home to Ashington with Jimmy Murphy, United's dedicated coach, was a silent testament to the unspoken agony and irreversible change inflicted upon him. The resilience Charlton displayed, continuing to play for United and England so soon after Munich, was nothing short of remarkable. Yet, despite his professional demeanour on the field, internally he wrestled with the appropriateness of joy, forever altered by the loss of his teammates. His subdued response to scoring against Scotland at Hampden Park revealed a deep-seated wariness of happiness, a poignant reminder of the young men who could no longer share in the triumphs of life and sport. The interactions Charlton had during this period, like the comforting sportsmanship from the Scottish goalkeeper Tommy Younger, were significant. They were moments that highlighted the broader football community's empathy and respect for his suffering. This compassionate gesture from the Younger was emblematic of the unity and understanding that transcended national rivalries, leaving a lasting impression on Charlton and fostering his admiration for the character often found in Scots, a sentiment reinforced through his relationships with figures like Busby and Ferguson. Charlton's life narrative, woven with professional achievements and personal trials, was marked by an enduring undercolour of worry, as novelist Gordon Byrne aptly described. Yet, through it all, Charlton's journey was one of transformation and resilience, illustrating how profound loss and the passage of time can alter one's perspective and identity in the vast, unpredictable theatre of football and life. Despite the accolades and the global fame, Charlton remained grounded, often shying away from the limelight. His humility and the way he carried the burdens of his past endeared him even more to those who admired him from afar. It's no surprise that the legendary Pele described him as the spirit of football, encapsulating the profound impact Charlton had on the game and its followers. Charlton's story is intertwined with that of the Busby Babes, the young Manchester United team that captivated the football world in the 1950s with their exuberance and skill. Alongside talents like Duncan Edwards, Eddie Coleman and David Pegg, Charlton was at the heart of a team that brought joy and innovation to English football. However, the joyous journey was brutally interrupted by the Munich air disaster in 1958, a tragedy that took the lives of many of his teammates and left an indelible mark on Charlton's life. Surviving the crash physically, Charlton faced a long and painful emotional recovery. His return to football, swift by the standards of the time, masked an inner turmoil that was perhaps visible to those who looked closely. His later reflections on life, articulated in his autobiographies, reveal the depth of his pain and the resilience with which he faced the aftermath of the disaster. Charlton's narrative is not just a football story, but a human one, marked by triumphs and tragedies, joys and sorrows. His experiences, both glorious and grievous, paint a portrait of a man who was profoundly wounded by life, yet whose legacy in football and beyond remains unblemished. In remembering Charlton, we not only celebrate a football icon but also a man who navigated the complexities of life with dignity, becoming a symbol of strength and grace in the face of adversity. The narrative of Bobby Charlton's life intertwined personal milestones with moments that underscored his widespread admiration and the idiosyncrasies of football culture. His marriage to Norma in 1961 not only marked a pivotal moment in his personal life, but also showcased the high regard in which he was held, evidenced by the unexpected wedding gift from Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu. The amusing anecdote of Bill Shankly's impromptu visit to Charlton's home in Cheshire reveals the informal yet passionate nature of football relations during that era. Shankly, the legendary Liverpool manager, symbolised the football community's reverence for Charlton, with even Norma being drawn into the camaraderie and respect that transcended club rivalries. These personal encounters, ranging from humorous to heartfelt, highlighted Charlton's significant stature in the football world, both as a player and a person. His friendships, like the one with Nobby Stiles, added layers to his character, showcasing a man capable of profound joy and humour amidst the competitive intensity of professional football. The reconciliation with George Best and his brother Jack later in life pointed to the healing of past rifts, reflecting the evolving dynamics of personal and professional relationships over time. Yet, it was the enduring partnership with Norma, lasting nearly 7 decades, that underscored Charlton's steadfast loyalty and his deep-seated connection to his roots, despite perceived family tensions. In the face of loss, as when mourning the death of his hero, Jackie Milburn, Charlton's desire for a celebratory remembrance rather than sombre silence speaks volumes of his perspective on life and legacy. His spontaneous journey with Bob Stokoe through the respectful yet quiet streets following Milburn's funeral encapsulated a wish to honour greatness, not with mournful silence, but with the resounding applause of a grateful and admiring public. In reflecting upon Charlton's death, perhaps the most fitting tribute is indeed applause, resonating with the joy and passion he brought to the game and to life itself. His story, marked by both ordinary and extraordinary chapters, commands a celebration of a remarkable journey filled with the essence of football and the profound experiences that shaped him into a beloved figure in the sport's history. Farewell to Sir Bobby Charlton, a man who lived a football life rich in both achievement and humanity, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those who witnessed his journey. Join us as we explore the life of Ray Wilkins, a famous football player who shined at big clubs like Chelsea, Manchester United and AC Milan, and was a proud part of the England national team. We'll look at how Ray went from a young hopeful to a football legend, but there's more to his story. We'll also share about the tough times he faced, especially his fight with alcoholism. This journey through Ray's life will show us the ups and downs of a man who was not just a great player, but also faced big challenges. Ray Wilkins was born in Hillingdon, a place in London, and grew up in a family that loved football. From a young age, Ray was all about football, playing it any chance he got. His family, especially his father, played a big part in making him love the game. They would often go to watch football matches together, and this is where Ray's dream of becoming a footballer started. As a little boy, Ray was always seen with a football, kicking it around in the garden or the nearby park. His talent was clear even then. He wasn't just playing for fun, he was serious about getting better. Friends and family noticed how good he was and encouraged him to keep playing. In school, Ray was known for his skills on the football field. He played for the school team and was one of the best players. His teachers and classmates saw something special in him. They believed he could go far in football. Ray's early years were filled with playing, learning and dreaming about football. It was more than a game to him, it was his life's passion. This love for the game, supported by his family's encouragement, set the foundation for his journey into professional football. Ray Wilkins' journey in football wasn't all smooth sailing. He faced many challenges, especially when he started playing in youth teams. The world of youth football was very competitive. Many kids wanted to be the next big star, and everyone was fighting for a spot in the best teams. Ray joined the Chelsea youth team, a big step for a young boy with big dreams. At Chelsea, the competition was tough. There were lots of talented players, and everyone wanted to prove they were good enough to make it to the top. Ray had to work really hard. He trained a lot, always trying to get better and stand out from the rest. Being smaller and younger than some of the other players, Ray sometimes found it hard, but he didn't let this stop him. Instead, he used his intelligence on the field. He became known for his ability to think quickly, pass the ball well, and control the game from the middle of the field. This is where he started to shine as a midfielder, a position in the centre of the field where you need to help both the defenders and the attackers. Ray's time in the Chelsea youth team was a period of learning and growing. He developed his skills, learned about the game, and started to show the qualities that would make him a great midfielder. Despite the challenges, Ray's love for football and his determination to succeed helped him move forward in his career, always aiming to become the best player he could be. Ray Wilkins' journey to professional football really took off at Chelsea, the club where he had been developing his skills as a young player. His talent, hard work, and understanding of the game soon paid off. Ray wasn't just another player in the youth team, he quickly showed he was ready for bigger challenges. At just 17 years old, Ray made his first appearance for Chelsea's main team. This was a big deal because it's not common for someone so young to play in professional matches with older and more experienced players. But Ray was special. He played so well that he kept getting picked to play in more games. What made Ray stand out wasn't just his skill with the football. He also had a natural ability to lead and inspire his teammates. He knew how to motivate the team and make smart decisions on the field. Because of these qualities, Ray became the captain of Chelsea when he was only 18 years old. This was a huge achievement and showed how much trust the club and the coaches had in him. Being a captain at such a young age is rare in football. It meant Ray had to be the leader for players who were older and had more experience in the game, but he handled it like a pro. He led by example, always giving his best in matches and training and showing great dedication to the sport. Ray's early years at Chelsea were a time of rapid growth and learning. He became not just a fantastic footballer, but also a respected leader on the pitch. His rise to captaincy at Chelsea marked the beginning of a remarkable career in football, proving that he was destined for great things in the sport. Ray Wilkins didn't just become a regular player at Chelsea, he grew into one of the team's most important figures. His skills in controlling the game, making smart passes, and leading his team on the field made him stand out. Ray wasn't just playing the game, he was thinking and strategizing, which made him a top midfielder. During his time at Chelsea, Ray's performances got better and better. He was known for his calmness with the ball, his ability to read the game and make the right decisions. This didn't just help Chelsea, it also made other big clubs take notice. One of the clubs that saw Ray's talent was Manchester United, one of the biggest football teams in England. They were so impressed with how he played that they decided to buy him from Chelsea. This was a big move for Ray, going from one famous club to another and showing just how much he had achieved in his football career. At Manchester United, Ray continued to shine. He became an essential part of the team, known for his leadership on the field and his excellent playing skills. His ability to work well with his teammates and his smart way of playing football helped Manchester United in many important matches. Ray's time at these clubs made it clear he was not just a good player, but a top midfielder who could make a big difference in the game. Ray Wilkins didn't just play well for his clubs, he also became a big name in international football. He was chosen to play for the England national team, which was a big deal because it meant he was one of the best players in the country. Ray didn't just join the team to sit on the bench, he became a key player, showing off his skills in big international tournaments. Playing for England, Ray got to compete against the best players from other countries. He was known for his technical skills like passing the ball accurately and making smart decisions during the game. These skills were very important because international matches can be tough, and having a player like Ray could really make a difference. Ray Wilkins' career was full of important moments and great performances that showed his skill in football, both for his clubs and playing internationally. At Manchester United, a big moment was the 1983 FA Cup final against Brighton and Hove Albion. Ray was key in getting a draw, 2-2, which led to another match. Replay. His team then won 4-0, showing how important he was on the field. Another big moment for Wilkins at Manchester United was his amazing goal against Barcelona in the 1984 European Cup Winners' Cup quarter-final. Even though United didn't win the overall match, Ray's goal in the first game at Old Trafford was unforgettable, highlighting his skill and ability to perform in big games. Playing for England, Ray got a lot of praise during the 1980 European Championship, showing his talent and steady play against some of the best teams in Europe. His efforts were crucial for England, making him known as a top midfielder. Even though England didn't go very far in the tournament, Ray's playing was a positive point, earning him wider recognition. Ray also played a big role in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico with the England team, reaching the quarter-finals. Despite being sent off in a game against Morocco, which caused a lot of talks, his overall play in the tournament was important and helped build his reputation. Throughout his playing days, Ray Wilkins was consistently excellent, earning many awards and recognition. His leadership and football skills made him well respected among fans, being included in halls of fame and receiving awards after his career ended, and even after his death showed how much people admired him in the football world. Ray Wilkins faced several challenges in his football career, including the high expectations at top clubs like Manchester United and Chelsea, where the pressure to win was intense. Injuries were a significant setback for him, often hindering his ability to play and impacting his performance. Adjusting to new environments was another challenge Ray encountered, especially when moving to clubs abroad like AC Milan, where he had to adapt to different football styles and cultures. This change was not just professional but also personal, affecting his daily life. Being a well-known footballer, Ray also dealt with the constant attention from fans and media, which meant any mistakes on the field were heavily scrutinized. Despite these hurdles, Ray's resilience and dedication shone through, demonstrating his strength in facing adversity and maintaining his passion for the game. After ending his playing days, Ray Wilkins smoothly transitioned to coaching, taking up important roles at different clubs. He didn't stick to just one team. Instead, he shared his wisdom across several, often stepping in as an assistant manager. Here, Ray played a crucial role in nurturing new talent. His deep understanding of football tactics, gained from his own playing experience, was key in shaping the playstyle of the teams he guided. Ray was more than a former player turned coach. He was a guide and a strategic thinker, influencing his team's performance and aiding young players' development both on and in some ways off the field. Outside of the coaching realm, Ray carved out a space for himself in football broadcasting, earning respect as an insightful analyst. His move to media was marked by the same sharp insight and deep understanding that defined his earlier career phases. Ray had a knack for making complex football strategies clear and straightforward, endearing him to audiences. His commentary offered more than game highlights. It delved into the tactical whys, giving fans a richer grasp of the game. Ray Wilkins's life outside of football was rich and varied, filled with interests and connections that went beyond the pitch. He was a family man, deeply devoted to his wife and children, with whom he shared a close and loving relationship. Family was a cornerstone of his life, providing him with support and grounding amidst the highs and lows of his football career. Apart from spending time with his family, Ray had personal interests that kept him engaged and active. He was known to be a thoughtful person who enjoyed reading, and he had a keen interest in history and sports beyond football. These interests allowed him to have a well-rounded life, contributing to his personality and depth as an individual. Even after retiring from professional play and coaching, Ray remained deeply connected to the football community. He often participated in charity football events and was involved in initiatives to support young players and former professionals. His love for the game was evident in his continuous engagement with football at various levels, always eager to give back to the sport that had given him so much. Regarding his financial situation and why he left behind relatively little money, it's worth noting that Ray faced some challenges later in life, including health issues. His battles with illness could have led to significant medical expenses, and his commitment to rehabilitation and recovery might have also required considerable financial resources. Moreover, maintaining a lifestyle and managing the costs associated with his public and personal life could have contributed to the state of his finances at the time of his passing. Ray Wilkins faced several health challenges throughout his life, notably his struggle with alcoholism, depression, and heart conditions. His battle with alcoholism was something he spoke about openly, sharing his experiences in the hope of helping others facing similar issues. Ray's honesty about his addiction brought attention to the struggles many individuals face, highlighting the importance of seeking help and the possibility of recovery. In addition to his fight with alcoholism, Ray also dealt with serious heart problems. He had a condition that required careful management, and in July 2017, he underwent a double heart bypass surgery, a major operation that showed the severity of his heart issues. Despite these health battles, Ray remained active in raising awareness and advocating for better understanding and support for those with similar conditions. Tragically, Ray Wilkins passed away on April 4, 2018, after suffering a heart attack. He was 61 years old. His death was a significant loss to the football world and brought attention to the health risks associated with lifestyle and stress, particularly in high-pressure environments like professional sports. Ray's openness about his health and personal challenges made a considerable impact, contributing to the broader discussion on health awareness, especially related to heart conditions and the dangers of alcoholism. Through his public discussions and advocacy, he helped to shed light on these critical issues, encouraging a better understanding and fostering a supportive community for those in need. Ray Wilkins leaves behind a legacy that goes beyond his achievements in football. His battle with alcoholism, though tough, showed his bravery and strength. Despite his personal struggles, Wilkins stayed honest and didn't give up. His impact on English football isn't just about winning games. Wilkins, talking openly about his addiction, helped others realise they could ask for help too. His story teaches us that facing problems with bravery and getting support is important. Let's remember Wilkins for more than just his football skills. He was a role model for being a good person both on and off the field. His legacy will keep inspiring fans, players, and anyone who loves the game to be better. Gordon Banks was more than just a goalkeeper. He was a symbol of English football, a World Cup winner, and the man responsible for one of the most iconic saves in football history. But how did this football legend meet his tragic end? What happened to him in his last days that made the football world so sad? Let's find out in this due tribute to our star. Gordon Banks, born on December 30th, 1937 in Abbeydale, Sheffield, grew up to become a top footballer unknowingly. Imagine a sunny day in Sheffield with the streets full of energy and excitement. Here, young Gordon Banks, with a cheeky grin, would dart through the alleyways, his bare feet hitting the pavement and sometimes playing football occasionally. Little did he know this dream would come true and he would become a legend in football history. Gordon came from a decent family, but they had their own struggles. Once the family's needs started growing, they moved to Catcliffe when his dad set up a betting shop, which wasn't exactly legal back then but brought in more money. Sadly, it wasn't all good times. Gordon's disabled brother was once mugged for the shop's daily earnings and tragically died from his injuries a few weeks later. This made Gordon depressed. He could not process what was going on, but little Gordon kept going. At 15, Gordon left school in December 1952 and started working as a coal bagger, which helped him build up his upper body strength. This unknowingly made him the star on the field whenever he played football. One day, while watching a match, the trainer from the amateur team, Millspore, spotted him. Their regular goalkeeper was a no-show, and since the trainer knew Gordon had some goalkeeping experience from playing with Sheffield schoolboys, he asked Gordon to fill in. Gordon did such a good job that he got a chance to play in the Yorkshire League for Rawmarsh Welfare, but things didn't go smoothly at first. In his debut game with Rawmarsh, they lost 12-2 to Stocksbridge Works, and the next game was a 3-1 loss at home. After these tough defeats, Rawmarsh dropped him, and Gordon found himself back with Millspore. These early experiences, full of challenges and hard work, helped shape Gordon Banks into the resilient, determined athlete who would later become one of the greatest goalkeepers in football history. From here, he had a remarkable career journey that began when Chesterfield scouted him while he was playing for Millspore. They offered him a trial in March 1953, which turned into a part-time contract at $3 a week by July. Despite Chesterfield's reserve team struggling, Banks showed great promise. And then, the world was amazed. After overcoming a fractured elbow, Banks helped Chesterfield's youth team reach the FA Youth Cup final in 1956, though they lost to Manchester United's Busby Babes. He made his first team debut in November 1958 and quickly became the first-choice goalkeeper. Not long after, in 1959, Leicester City's manager, Matt Gillies, bought Banks for $7,000, giving him a nice raise. At first, Banks had to compete for the goalkeeper spot, but he quickly proved he was the best. There were some tough losses at the beginning, but he got much better and helped Leicester finish 12th in his first season. Over the next few years, Banks became a key player, leading the team to the FA Cup final in 1961, even though they lost. The next season wasn't great, but they did well in some European games. Banks was getting noticed for his hard work and new training methods. They reached the FA Cup final again in 1963, but injuries caused them to lose. However, the next season, they won the League Cup. He was then sold again, and at Stoke, Banks quickly became a fan favourite. He helped them stay in the top league and get to the FA Cup semi-finals in 1971, just barely losing to Arsenal. The best part was in the 1971-72 season, when they won the League Cup. Banks was even named Footballer of the Year for his amazing playing. Not only this, Gordon Banks started his England career in 1963, becoming the main goalkeeper under coach Alf Ramsey. He was a big part of England's 1966 World Cup win, not letting in any goals until the semi-final against Portugal. He was also a key player in the final against West Germany, which England won 4-2. In the 1970 World Cup, he made a super famous save against Pele, considered one of the best saves ever. Even though England lost later on, Banks's save became legendary. Overall, Banks was an amazing player, known for his skill, hard work and good sportsmanship. He's remembered for his World Cup win and that famous save. He started as a part-time player and became one of the best goalkeepers ever, showing how talented and determined he was. But no one had expected what was yet to come. Now, before I tell you the details of his upcoming tragedy, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more football updates. Sadly, a car accident in 1972 made him lose sight in one eye, so he had to retire. It robbed him of his career. But he came back for a short time in 1977, playing in the US and winning an award for Best Goalkeeper. After playing in December 1977, he started coaching at Port Vale, but by October 1978, the new manager changed his role to reserve coach. Banks loved coaching, but he felt some players, like Wright, didn't listen to his advice, so he quit. He applied for manager positions at other clubs but wasn't hired. Instead, he took a manager job at Telford United, a part-time team. In November 1980, he had to have surgery, so someone else temporarily took over. During that time, the team lost a big game. When Banks returned, he was fired. They even offered him a job selling raffle tickets, which he took, hoping to get the money he was owed. Sadly, he only got half of it. This experience made him so upset that he didn't want to be involved in the game anymore. As a goalkeeper, Banks was amazing. He was strong, athletic, and great at stopping shots. Many people consider him one of the best goalkeepers ever. He had a knack for being in the right place at the right time and was known for his calmness and quick thinking. He was a legend, but his time had come. His golden days were over, and very soon he would meet his tragic end. In December 2015, the football world received some tough news about Gordon Banks, the legendary goalkeeper famous for his amazing saves. He had been diagnosed with kidney cancer and had started treatment. Even though he was sick, Banks remained a beloved figure in the sport, admired for his skills and how he always played fair. Sadly, on February 12, 2019, Gordon Banks passed away peacefully in his sleep. He was 81 years old. Football fans everywhere were heartbroken to hear about his death. A funeral was held for him on March 4, 2019, at Stoke Minster. As a special tribute to his incredible career as a goalkeeper, other goalkeepers who had played for the same teams as him carried his coffin. Joe Anion from Chesterfield, Jack Butland from Stoke City, Joe Hart, who played for England's national team, and Kasper Schmeichel from Leicester City all served as pallbearers. It was a touching way to honour Banks's legacy and the huge impact he had on football. To say the least, Gordon Banks left an incredible legacy as one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. He was a symbol of determination, perseverance, and talent. His remarkable career spanned decades, from his humble beginnings playing on Sheffield streets to his iconic status as a World Cup champion. Beyond his athletic abilities, Banks was known for his sportsmanship and humility. He was a true gentleman of the game, always putting the team first. His dedication to coaching and mentoring younger players after his retirement further solidified his commitment to the sport he loved. Though his later years were marked by health challenges, Gordon Banks's spirit and legacy remain as vibrant as ever. His story is a testament to the power of hard work, resilience, and the pursuit of dreams. He will forever be remembered as a football hero, an inspiration to aspiring athletes, and a shining example of the beautiful game's enduring spirit. Laurie Cunningham made history as one of the first black footballers for England, but his flashy career came to an end too soon. This is the story of a young man whose life was filled with promise, but God had other plans for him. Born on March 8, 1956 in Archway, London, Laurie was a remarkable English footballer who played the role of a left winger. Growing up, Laurie had a natural speed and agility, something he had inherited from his father, who was a racehorse jockey from Jamaica. As he grew older, Laurie's love for football turned into an extraordinary career. He became known for his swift moves on the football field. Now, Laurie wasn't just any footballer, he was a pioneer. He broke barriers as the first black player to represent England at the under-21 level, but he didn't stop there. Laurie also went on to make history as the first Englishman to play for the legendary club Real Madrid. Great, right? But Laurie's journey into professional football wasn't straightforward. As a young hopeful, he signed a schoolboy contract with Arsenal in 1970, but things didn't pan out as expected. By 1972, Arsenal let him go, feeling his play style didn't mesh well with their quick pass and move tactics. It was a setback, but Laurie didn't let it discourage him. In 1974, Laurie kicked off his football career with Leyton Orient, a club in the second tier of English football. Over the next 3 years, he worked hard, sharpened his skills, and started to get noticed. His big break came in 1977 when West Bromwich Albion, a bigger club, decided to sign him. At West Brom, Laurie teamed up with Cyril Regis and Brendan Batson under manager Ron Atkinson. Together, they made history as one of the first trios of black players in the top English league, and they were lovingly nicknamed the 3 Degrees after a famous soul music group. Then, in the summer of 1979, Laurie started an incredible journey. He became the first British football player to join the famous Real Madrid, moving for a record fee of £950,000. Laurie's first game was amazing. He scored 2 goals, quickly winning over fans and playing a big part in winning league and cup titles for the club. The 1980-81 season too began well for Laurie. He scored many important early goals in the European Cup. But then, luck turned against him with a broken toe that needed surgery. Despite this problem, Laurie showed great determination, coming back just in time for the 1981 European Cup final in Paris. The game was tough, and despite Laurie's hard work, Real Madrid lost to Liverpool by 1-0. Once again, as the 1981-82 season started, Laurie faced another challenge, an injury to his thigh during pre-season. This reduced his playing time to just a few games, and he didn't score any league goals that season. Still, he left a lasting impression in the UEFA Cup quarter-final against Kaiserslautern. Laurie scored an important goal in the first game, leading Madrid to a 3-1 win. However, the second game was a disaster. Laurie was sent off just before half-time, and Madrid suffered a heavy 5-0 loss, one of their worst results in European competition. Despite a generally tough season, Laurie ended on a high note, winning his second Copa del Rey medal after playing in the final where Madrid triumphed over Sporting Gijón 2-1. However, the joy was short-lived. The next season saw new foreign players joining Madrid, limiting Cunningham's playtime even further. Eventually, in 1983, he left Madrid, briefly joined Manchester United on loan, and later moved on to play for Gijón and Marseille, continuing his football journey. Now, before we move forward, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Now, let's take a sneak peek of his international career. Laurie Cunningham kicked off his international football career in style. On April 27, 1977, he played for England's under-21 team for the first time in a friendly match against Scotland at Bramall Lane, and he even scored. Back then, everyone thought he was the first black player to represent England at any level, but it turns out Benjamin Odeje had actually played for the England schoolboys back in 1971. A couple of years later, in 1979, Cunningham made his debut with the senior England national team in a match against Wales. Around that time, he was shining brightly at Real Madrid, even achieving the remarkable feat of winning a double with the club. Despite his success, England's manager Ron Greenwood didn't pick him for the UEFA Euro 1980 squad. He did get called up for the 1982 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Norway, but he didn't play in the game. Laurie Cunningham had quite the adventure in his football career, especially later on. In 1984, after playing a season in France with Marseille, he moved back to England to join Leicester City. But injuries were a constant hassle and cut his time there short, lasting only half a season. By the next season, Laurie was back in Spain, playing for Rayo Vallecano in their second division. In 1987, Laurie tried his luck in Belgium with Charleroi, but injuries didn't leave him alone there either. He soon returned to England, signing a short-term deal with Wimbledon. At Wimbledon, Laurie had a standout moment. He played a crucial part in their win over Liverpool in the 1988 FA Cup final. Still drawn to Spain, Laurie went back to Rayo Vallecano for the 1988-89 season. He scored an important goal that helped them move up to the Primera division. Sadly, Laurie's life ended tragically when he died in a car crash in Madrid on July 15, 1989. Laurie was only 33 years old at the time of his death, which was a huge shock to the football community and his fans. Sadly, he left behind his wife and son, who were equally heartbroken. Despite the injuries, Laurie had some incredible moments on the field that people still remember. He was truly legendary. You know, Laurie Cunningham was a fantastic footballer, but sadly, he faced a lot of racism during his career. Back then, things were different, and people were much less accepting. He had to put up with nasty comments and chants from fans during games. It wasn't just the fans either. Some people think that even the coaches and people who picked the players for the England team were biased against him because he was black. He didn't get to play for England as much as he probably should have because of this. Imagine having to deal with all that while trying to focus on playing your best. It must have been really tough for him, but he never gave up. He kept playing well and showing everyone that he was an amazing player. In a way, he helped change things for the better by proving that black players were just as good as anyone else. It's a shame that he had to go through all that, but his story is important because it reminds us that there's still work to be done to make sure everyone is treated fairly. After his tragic death, Laurie has been celebrated in many ways. In November 2004, during West Bromwich Albion's 125th anniversary, he was named one of the club's top 16 players ever. The club also showed their appreciation by including his image in a special mural at the Hawthorn Stadium. Years later, in 2017 and 2019, 2 statues were made to honour Cunningham. The first one is in Leighton, where he played for Leyton Orient. The second one is in West Bromwich, and it celebrates Cunningham and his teammates, Cyril Regis and Brendan Batson, who all helped fight racism in football. So, there you have it, the incredible yet heartbreaking story of Laurie Cunningham. He wasn't just a talented footballer, he was a trailblazer who broke down barriers for black players in the sport. Even though his career was cut short, his legacy lives on, inspiring generations of footballers and fans alike. Through his achievements and the challenges he faced, Laurie Cunningham remains a figure of inspiration, showing the power of resilience and the importance of pushing for change in society. Let us know what you think about this legend in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your opinion on him. David Johnson's career wasn't destroyed by cancer, it was stolen. This is a story of heartbreaking potential cut short. Athletes put their bodies on the line for their sport, but there are some battles they simply can't win. David Johnson's story isn't about defeat. It's about cruel misfortune and how life can sometimes be incredibly unfair. Let's get into it. David Edward Johnson, born on October 23, 1951, in Liverpool, England, had a remarkable career in English football. He became famous playing for clubs like Ipswich Town, Liverpool and Everton. His career is a classic story of a local boy making it big and becoming a well-known forward in the 1970s and 1980s. David Johnson grew up in Liverpool, a city known for its deep love of football. From a young age, his natural talent for the game was clear. He started playing football at school, which is how many young players in Liverpool began. His skills soon got him noticed, and he joined Everton FC as an apprentice in 1967. And by 1969, he had turned professional. Johnson's first big professional game was in January 1971, playing for Everton against Burnley. His early years at Everton were crucial, as they helped him prove he could play well in major games and score important goals, including standout moments in games against Liverpool, Everton's local rivals. Although he showed great potential and scored some key goals, his time at Everton was just the start. It paved the way for his next chapter at Ipswich Town, where he would make a bigger impact. In November 1972, Johnson made a big move to Ipswich Town, and it really kicked his career into high gear. Under Bobby Robson's sharp coaching, Johnson came into his own as a top-notch striker. His time at Ipswich was not just about scoring goals, it was a period of real personal growth and lots of wins with his team. One of the first major highlights was helping Ipswich snag the 1973 Texaco Cup. Johnson's knack for linking up play and popping in crucial goals made him a star on the team. Over his 4 years with Ipswich, Johnson racked up 35 goals, earning a reputation as a premier forward. His standout performances didn't go unnoticed. Soon, he was pulling on the England jersey, making his international debut in 1975. And talk about a dream start, he banged in 2 goals against Wales in that first match. Thanks to his stellar stint at Ipswich, Johnson caught the eye of the big guns at Liverpool, leading to a transfer in 1976 for a record fee at the time. At Liverpool, he joined a squad brimming with talent, all gunning for the top prizes in England and across Europe. Adapting to such a loaded team was tough at first, but Johnson found his groove, playing a key role in Liverpool's chase for a historic treble in the 1976-77 season. Johnson really made a name for himself at Liverpool for his ability to turn up in big games. He was a crucial part of the squad during their runs to multiple league titles and European Cups. His pivotal performances, especially in the 1977 European Cup final, helped Liverpool dominate the European scene. One of Johnson's most unforgettable moments came in the 1978 Merseyside derby. He added his name into the history books by becoming the first player to score for both Liverpool and Everton in the derby matches. That's a rare feat that still gets talked about when Derby Day rolls around. Johnson's knack for delivering when it mattered most really made him a legend in the eyes of football fans. His career is a classic example of how a player can rise through the ranks, face new challenges, and leave a lasting impact on every team he plays for. David Johnson's time with Liverpool was a remarkable part of his career, although it came with its challenges. By the early 1980s, things at the club were changing, and Johnson found himself struggling to keep his spot against new players like Ian Rush. This rivalry led him to move back to Everton in 1982, where it was more difficult for him to find the same success. Johnson's career moved on with several team changes, including a brief loan to Barnsley, before he eventually retired after playing with Manchester City and Preston North End. After retiring from playing, Johnson smoothly transitioned into coaching, taking up a player-manager position at Barrow AFC. His love for football stayed strong even after he stopped playing. He later used his extensive knowledge of the game in a new role as a commentator and match summariser for BBC Radio Merseyside, where he brought games to life for listeners. Johnson was not only recognised for his great ability to score goals and his versatility in playing different roles on top teams, highlighting some of Liverpool's greatest moments, but his ability to gracefully move through the different stages of a footballer's career, adapting, changing, and keeping his connection to the sport, was perhaps even more significant. Retirement didn't pull him away from football. Johnson embraced roles that kept him linked to the game, sharing his experiences and insights as both a player-manager and a respected radio voice. His understanding of football was deep and full of stories that connected with fans and players, making him a beloved figure in sports broadcasting. While we hate to interrupt you, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel since 98% of you haven't done that yet. Thanks in advance, and now back to the video. Johnson's legacy is built not only on his skills with the ball, but also on his ability to adapt and contribute to the game after his playing days were over. He is remembered for his grace both on and off the field, a symbol of how a footballer can grow with the game. His story continues to motivate young athletes, proving his enduring influence on the sport. Although David Johnson passed away on November 23, 2022, at age 71 due to cancer, his legacy continues to be honoured by fans and teammates as a true football legend. His journey from the playgrounds of Liverpool to the heights of European football is a moving example of dedication, skill, and the constant drive for excellence in the beautiful game. David Johnson's fight with throat cancer is a sad story in the life of the famous footballer who played for both Liverpool and Everton. Diagnosed with this tough illness later in life, Johnson showed incredible bravery and strength, much like he did during his football days. His fight ended when he passed away on November 23, 2022, at the age of 71. Throughout this tough time, Johnson kept his struggles private, showing the same strong and quiet nature he always had, even in hard times. Johnson's fight with cancer is not unique among football players. Many other former players have also faced serious health problems, including cancer, showing a worrying trend among athletes. Stilian Petrov, a former leader at Aston Villa, dealt with acute leukemia in 2012. After a tough fight, he got better and now helps with charity work focused on cancer awareness. Johan Cruyff, a football legend, also fought lung cancer, but lost his battle in 2016. These stories add to the list of great players who have faced such hard challenges. These stories highlight a common issue. Former professional athletes, including footballers, seem to have a higher risk of some cancers, possibly because of their past physical efforts, lifestyle choices, or just getting older. The experiences of these athletes have helped a lot in making more people aware of cancer and showing how important regular health checks are. This is vital even for those who were very fit during their sports careers. Also, the open struggles these athletes had with cancer have helped reduce the stigma around the disease. They have started important conversations about health in the sports world, making it normal to talk about these issues. The impact of these fights goes beyond their sports achievements, teaching important lessons on staying strong and being aware of health issues. Though his life was cut tragically short, his legacy as a fighter, both in sport and against his illness, endures. Johnson's story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. His memory continues to inspire and influence both fans and future athletes.